Hello, Aries. Okay, so I am back with this particular video for 2026. This is pretty much the theme that is going on for you for 2026. I'm going through all 12 months to kind of look at the overall energy that's playing out. I will be doing more when it comes to like the transits that's causing this as well on my Butterfly to Light channel. And if you would like to get an overview of you personally in your life, what's happening 2026, how you could get on the right track, etc., then email me. My email is in the description box. And also check out my Butterfly to the Light channel because I can do birth charts that coordinate with the overall transits that's going on for the year. I've already done those a few times and, I've gotten pretty good reviews from people. So, but let's start here because what I want to do is I want to start with, I pre-did the cards already. For each month, I have them down. So this is just going to be me going over the cards that came out. And I'm going to explain a little bit as I go along. Okay. So first, let's check out January for you. January 2026. We have the Three of Cups reverse. So the Three of Cups reverse is, I feel like you're how should I say this? Repositioning yourself and people in your life, right? So you have things that you want to do. You have goals. This is the way that I'm looking at it. And I could definitely get a clarifier. And you're also noticing, it's like you're looking at people that's got your back, your friendships, your friend circles, who you're involved with, where you're going. Are they in alignment with what that looks like? Now, even if you don't decide to get rid of anybody, you may notice that maybe even them, maybe friendships or people that you are associated with, maybe they're busy or they have things to do. Maybe they can't be there for you in a way that you need them to be, or maybe you guys are, you're realizing maybe there's some different ways that you're going in life, whatever the case may be. You're needing to take some time back or pull back. You're realizing this to see where you want to be, who you are. Because for so long you could have associated yourself with people that you're friends with, other people around you, their lifestyles, what they're doing. It could have even felt closed in. So in January 2026, all I see this as, maybe you're spending a little bit more time to yourself, or you're needing to figure out who you are, get serious about that. Where do you want to be? Because I don't see you playing around. Look at this, 4 of Pentacles. See, this could be about your developments, financial development, positioning in life, period, is the overall thing for you for January 2026. And you want to get clear on that. So I notice with you, I'm not saying that you cannot meet people and you cannot focus on romance or love, but I really need for you to get this and understand this, not just you, but everybody, all signs. Time is really in our hands now more than ever. You can't be sitting there looking at your life, weighing it against somebody else and being like, okay, well, I should be married before this time. I should be having everything figured out before that time. It doesn't always work that way, baby. Okay. February for you, the Fool. Yes, this sends you on this new adventure. So you're going to kind of have to go off and do things yourself. You're going to have to jump head first. It's not that you're playing a fool. No. And maybe even leaving things in the past, realizing some real things that you did in January, you realize that, you've been jerked around a little bit, or you're kind of like lost. You're lost with what you're trying to figure out about yourself. But the Fool is definitely showing the energy of, okay, Aries is representing you as well. The Fool is what you need to do. What do you need to do? It's about you. The world, if the world is your oyster, okay, and what you want to go towards and how you want to develop yourself, what you need out of life, what does that look like to you? What will you be doing? What will you be committed to? What will you be working on? See this? Heavy Capricorn energy for February. So work. Okay? I feel like a lot of you guys have that work energy. This is going to be a killer for Aries, because a lot of you guys do this thing where you put a lot of time and energy into other people, and even becoming sometimes what you feel like other people suggest what qualifies somebody as successful. However, honey, I don't know, you got to be careful with some sort of relationship or something that could possibly stagnate you as well. Okay? Because you want to be free, you got moves to make, but then you holding on to this, or somebody holding on to you, and it becomes toxic. It becomes it holds you down. It makes you feel like you got to make a choice. This relationship or this situation over what I really want to do. And we don't want to get, that's not where we want to be, because the beginning of the year is not about forcing anything. It's about freedom. It's about, because remember, wherever we have freedom at in our lives comes great responsibility. Don't get me wrong, but come on now. So yes, that's the Fool card that's showing up, and on top of the Devil, this could be like you needing to ground yourself as well, because it could be instances to where you're having fun. I really do believe that, a lot of you guys want to enjoy what it is that you do for work. Okay? You want to have the best of both worlds. And it's interesting that I say the best of both worlds, because that's R. Kelly's song, and he's a Capricorn. Okay? You want to have the best of both worlds. You want to be able to enjoy your life. That's what you're realizing. So I definitely feel a little bit in February, you really getting back to yourself. You want to enjoy life, but at the same time, you want to build something as well that's going to be concrete for you. And yeah, like I see relationships coming up. I don't really know, like February, which is, I'm not surprised, the beginning of the year, even if you do meet somebody and it's more about fun and pleasure and things of that nature for right now, okay, fine. You don't have to force it, but make sure you're prioritizing yourself and your needs and your wants. March, here we go with, I really do see your financial situation possibly turning around. This could even be people paying you back money that they owe you. This could be your financial situation turning around. Even if it's not 100% turning around, you can see it really, decisions that you made, your work start to pay off in March of 2026. I see some of you guys paying off debt or something as well. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed. Yeah. Because you realize that you can't go but so far in the direction that you want to go towards, if you have accumulated debt and you have things you have to pay off and your finances is not good. Our finances is directly connected to our energy. That's crazy, but it's true. Okay. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is reverse. I don't feel like this is the time to be gambling. I feel like whatever it is that you're working on, be serious about it. Even if you are gambling or something like that, like you're, doing things to where you want to gamble or invest, trade, fine. But do it at some sort of, have some sort of grounding to it. Okay, that was March. April, you have some sort of insight or some sort of information, something that you're learning about. I don't know if some of you guys are going back to school or you're starting to see some sort of developments. I don't know. This is going to call for you to really get clear, to really get real, and to really stand your ground on what it is that you have, how far you came so far, what you have invested in, what you have stood on. This could be that instances of weakness in April to where, things that we moved past in 2026 or made the decision to move past in January starts to come back around and get to you. It's not time to jump ship just yet, but new insight, new awareness. You're going to guard this. You're going to protect this, right? You're going to protect yourself. You're going to have very steep boundaries, or you should, in the month of April. Yep, there you go. Told you. This could be new affiliations, new people that you're coming across and networking with, right? As we better ourselves and we put ourselves around the people that we want to be around, there we go. But this could be the same people that we've dealt with from the past, have your fun and entertainment, but at the same time, I feel like you have to make sure you're keeping up those boundaries and making sure that you're maintaining a sense of who you are. Okay. And where in your well-being and where you're headed and the trajectory of that. Because like I said, it's nothing wrong with friends. It's nothing wrong with relationships and socializing and all that. But at the same time, with the 7 of Wands, I don't know. I do feel like this coming around, situations coming around to where they respect you differently. They're looking at you differently because it's like you gained so much maturity because you've maintained some sort of sense of boundaries. You stood up for yourself. You stood up for what you believe in. You stood up for what you want. And it's, you stood strong in it. So people don't got no choice but to respect it. Yeah. Or either get gone. Okay. 8 of Cups. I kind of feel like a lot of stuff and a lot of people, a lot of situations you're moving past. May, yes. May is looking really good for you. You're in a more independent place financially when it comes to you and, your possessions, you're seeing things clearly. If you have not accomplished what you want, you see yourself getting closer to that. You are looking beautiful. You're taking care of your health. Because even this right here, let's just say let's go back to April. This could be a situation where not that you're losing your friends or anything, but let's say they're like, hey, let's go out and party. Let's go out and eat. Let's go do this, and that. But you're just like trying to maintain your health. You're trying to maintain your figure. You have some sort of goal, right? You know that you shouldn't stay out past a certain time because you need to study. Whatever the case may be, keep those boundaries, right? May is looking really, really good. Oh, wow. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Yep. 7 of Pentacles. I feel like you're watching your weight. You're watching your health. You're having patience with yourself. You're even understanding and accepting patience more. Things in life, like what it taught you, where at the beginning, especially of like the whole Saturn and Aries transit, at the beginning, it was something that could have been painful for you. It was something that you could have dreaded. Stop waiting. Now you see the value in it because it showed you your surroundings. It showed you where you lacked. It showed you what you settled for. So, wow, it's like maturity. It's like wisdom with time. It's like you get better over time or with time. Lots of changes to even your physical. You're seeing things grow. Wow, pretty good. June. All right, we got a little romantic situation kicking in here, And look, this is someone that seems like they notice your value. They're about your emotions. They are emotionally open, right? Emotionally open and available. Those are the words that we want to hear. Some of you guys might come across that. This person. This is also that you're supported. And this is you as well. Like you're going to be at your strongest emotional heights. Feeling fulfilled in everything in the month of June. Yeah. Sorry, I've been sick. Yeah, look. To where you used to block off. This is big emotionally available to where you used to block off love or block off feelings and emotions. You learn to deal with things differently. And like I said, when we adjust ourselves to our surroundings, when we adjust ourselves or readjust ourselves in life and we work on ourselves from inward to outward, everything around it has to line up. And it could look bad at first. It could look cringe. It could look hard. It could look difficult. But it's just the universe's way of panning things out, of helping you make that transition. All right? That's June. July, 5 of Wands is reversed. There ain't no competition. Okay, so a lot of the fighting, if it's things that you've been fighting within yourself or competing, if you're in situations where someone's having you competing or it's like you could never win, there's always something, there's one thing after the other piling up on you inside of July, you're going to see that turn around. July could be a pretty peaceful month for you because you're choosing peace. You should choose peace in the month of July. Look at that. Told you. Pisces energy, but the High Priestess. Yeah. So some of you guys are going to be getting into that more of yourself, more of the spiritual aspects. Understanding that. Even understanding your purpose. I'm hearing like finally figuring out your purpose. Then we get here to August, 2 of Cups. Relationships working out. So something could get worked out, especially if it's in a situation to where you weren't getting along with people. You weren't, your relationships were not the most healthiest. Look at this, that the 2 of Cups is here in August. All right. Some of you guys can meet someone or develop some sort of, something that you could have had develops into something more serious in August. Okay, 2 of Cups. What else? Do we have any clarifiers for that? Queen of Pentacles is reversed. And the 9 of Wands. Yeah, because you were scared. You were afraid. I do feel like this is still saying for the remainder of the year, like still put yourself as the focus though. We're not going to be fearful, but we're going to put ourselves, it's a very big need for you to invest in yourself. Like, we're not going to come this far and then lose it here. Okay. We see what the potential is, but we're not going to come this far and lose it here. All right. That's pretty good. August, September. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Because September comes around and I feel like there's more things that you become aware of. Still more things that you're learning about yourself. Still more things that you need to work on, right? So I'm not saying that you don't have relationships, you don't have love, you don't have support. What I am saying is there may be a need or cause for you, like a test or something. A test. Because you know the universe will do this before you go to the next phase, right? Like, hey, let's just see if Aries is going to keep up the momentum. What is that with a clarifier for August? Yep, Two of Pentacles, because you're going to have some decisions to make. And be careful what you're investing in financially and with your time. Okay? October is looking really good financially. I don't know if you're going to get a raise, a promotion, more money. You're going to be seeing your money. You're going to be seeing your investments pay off. Things are going to be working in your favor. Nice, baby. Ooh, yep. Page of Wands. More confidence. Some of you guys are going to be losing a significant amount of weight. You're going to be looking younger, feeling lighter, feeling more control. You got some new, I kind of feel like for some of you guys, this newfound place that you have found yourself over time is really something like, it's like this new beginning for you. And it's just the time for 2026. November, the Chariot. Some of you guys are going to be moving, buying and purchasing a new car, or maybe even just seeing things, feeling good. November 2026. This is the Fool's trajectory for real. You know how in the tarot deck it says the Fool's, it's like the Fool's journey. Look at that. Feeling good. Wow. This could be romance. This could be engagement. This could be marriage. This could be planning a wedding. This could just be feeling good. Looking at the past and being just feeling good about how far you came. Nice. In December, the Knight of Pentacles is reverse. Okay. I don't know. Maybe this is, you could see, okay, maybe this is some sort of significant choice financially with some sort of investment that you have coming up. And you might, in December, you might find out that, okay, well, I'm feeling good. Things are going good. I'm going to hold off on making, this purchase for the home or making a huge financial judgment or investment at this time. Okay, right. What's going to see clarifier? Then yeah. 9 of Cups is reverse. In the Tower. Yeah. Okay, so at the end of 2026, in the Tower, I think the Tower is ruled by Mars. That's you. So in the end of 2026, we're going to watch out for making impulsive decisions, all right? And we'll be back around for this. However, this year, if you can start out the year, with focusing on yourself, all right? Focusing on yourself, seeing who you want to become, putting in work, putting in time for that, and just letting, the first part of the year play out, I just kind of feel like you're going to be good. Okay? So what is something that we can leave you with that you can go into the year with, that you can take throughout this year? Okay, seeking cosmic consciousness. So overall growth, consciousness, expansion for you. Yeah. Look at this. It's this o'clock. So yeah, you're over it. You want to, what's the back of these say? It says, just kidding, but seriously though. Seeking cosmic consciousness. Yeah. Consciousness. You're not going to forget where you're at. You're not going to forget that you're on earth and everything. But at the same time, it's really, you're allowing your experience. You are allowing yourself to experience. That's a very good place to be. And it says, take a 5-minute mental vacation. Okay. So that's your thing. You're going to definitely be focusing on yourself and your journey, right? It's not that you're going to be so engulfed in yourself. It's like in a selfish way, but it's just about your whole experience. You're seeing now, you're starting to see like, wait a minute, what I had and what I thought, that's great and everything. But wow, it's so much more. Okay. All right. So thank you, Aries. This has been January 2026 overview. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you need to contact me for a personal one for yourself, email me with the description box. And the email's in the description box below. Thank you. Okay. So Taurus, for you, I'm going to say, you might need to just, mosey on to Butterfly Delight, my main channel, and stay subscribe and just stay posted on that channel, because I talk about the transits, right? I talk about the transits that's causing all of this stuff. So to make more sense out of it. So it just does not seem like things are just happening. There's a reason. Now I'm going to tell you, we're going to start here, because I have from overviews that I will go into a little bit of details with from January 2026 to December 2026, the monthly themes. And I'm telling you, yours looks like you get to some certain point, Taurus, and you end up within the year, you end up realizing that you're doing something, you are participating in something, you are with somebody, you are invested in something, you put your time towards something that you don't want to do anymore, or that you're having second thoughts on something. So you are liable to do something and then change your mind. Now, how could we prevent this? I don't necessarily know we could prevent it. The lessons behind it, or the insight, should I say? I'm not going to say lessons. I'm going to say insight behind it. I will say this though. I feel like when we talk about consciousness and we understand the system, especially the system of the metaphysics and all that, we realize that the whole time we've been getting inclinations, and we realize where we could have, through our ability to make our own choices, how we get that ability. Sometimes it takes some of us longer than others to realize, hey, this has been shown to me and I've been ignoring it. So Taurus would be one of that signs, because you're a fixed sign. And with fixed signs, it can be very hard to get y'all to see the point, to get it, it's a whole thing. You become stubborn, you become fixated, and you're missing the point the whole time. Okay. So this is kind of what I see, but let's go from January 2026, because if there's something that I can tell you to do to kind of open up, to, turn things around now, I will be able to do that. Okay. So let's start with January. And I think it pops off right on January 2026. You got the Tower. Okay. This could be some planet. I think Mars in Sagittarius. See, I be doing all that stuff on my Butterfly to Light channel, but the Tower, January 2026, you get hit with the Tower, Taurus. The Tower of what? Look, of something that you've been working on, something you are attached to, something that you have some sort of guilty pleasure in, something that you have some sort of addiction in, or just something that you're working on, right? People that you're involved with. The Eight of Swords, and you're gonna realize, like I said before, you're really not stuck in these situations, or you don't want to be stuck in these situations, because in January 2026, you feel like something has to give, right? For some of you guys, you're going to be looking towards getting yourself out of debt. You're going to realize, like, no, I need to get myself out of debt. I need to get myself out of this situation. Okay. You're going to realize it's going to come to a head that you don't want to be stuck inside of something. What is it? But you're not. That's the thing. Ooh, the Temperance. Yeah. It's a spiritual thing. It's an advancement thing. It's a growth thing, because you want peace of mind over a relationship. You want growth and, prosperity and, I said peace of mind, peacefulness, and all that good stuff over toxicity and a bunch of frivolous fun or being tied to a 9-to-5. You want freedom. Okay. And besides being tied to somebody else's will. And Temperance card. Okay. So you're being guided. So this is definitely some sort of awakening for you. Excuse me. I have been sick. But interesting enough, I seen this with Aries too. So January, you're having this epiphany of you want to be free. Some of you guys don't be wanting, you don't want to work for nobody else. And maybe this is something that you have been doing all the while, but now in January 2026, you might put these things into motion. I don't know. February, the lover, that's Gemini energy, but whatever the case may be, this could be you not really been on the same page as your partner, or y'all, some choice that you're making is not in alignment with where you want to go. So it's like Taurus is asking yourself, okay, so if you want to be over here down this street, why do you keep driving down that street over there, and making the same turns and stuff? Really, it's the choice is yours, right? February, you made a choice, or didn't you? It's like, I don't know, maybe you made a choice already in January, and it's leading on into February. Let's see. Yep, I see the Seven of Pentacles. Yep, Eight of Pentacles about a job. Look, about work. Eight of Pentacles, it is definitely reversed. It's not bringing you in the type of income that you want. You're not, nah. The Queen of Cups. So you want to be satisfied or something, and it could be something that you're working on. You want some sort of support on it, you're going to get it. And maybe this is something that you have been wanting from somebody that you're in a relationship with or out of a relationship. This mother energy, wife energy here. We're gonna see what it is. Yeah. That maybe you're not on the same page with. Two of Swords is reversed. That's interesting. Because I kind of feel like in February, you're realizing that you want to enjoy what you do. If you can't enjoy it, it's like, what's the point? That's what I like. You want to be all the way through and through fulfilled with what it is that you do, and you're making some sort of significant choice on some sort of work or financial situation. Wow, that's January, February, March. We have you, the Seven of Wands. This is you having. I don't know if this is going to be something you try again, or you stand up, you make a solid decision, and you stand on it, this is you creating pretty sharp boundaries as well when it comes to people and situations. Okay, what are they standing on? Oh, the sun. I don't know. It could be some of you guys working with kids or something. Okay, so January, February, March, whatever you have this realization on in January 2026, you're going to decide, you're going to make the decision for yourself right then and there. Because you want to see growth. Oh, your whole thing is you don't want this year to look nothing like last year. Wow, it's going to be turning out positive for a lot of you guys that can actually do this. Like, go ahead, put the time and put the energy in, bring the year in, start the year off strong. Look at that, the High Priestess. You're moving on up. This is not just you don't care about the physical all the way necessarily. That's good. And I feel like this is just saying that some of you guys might do like a spiritual business or something that's meaningful or purposeful. A lot of people is finding their purpose this year and actually moving in it and going towards it. That's interesting because January, February, March, April, you have the High Priestess reverse. So I think this is something to watch out for. You just doing things just to do it, and it's not really your purpose, It's not really your purpose. Okay, if this is a situation, a cheating situation, it could possibly come out to the light. I'm just telling you, the Ace of Wands reverse. Yep, something not going anywhere with the Page of Wands and the Six of Cups. Yep. So I kind of feel like just, Taurus, this is the thing. Be careful with things appearing, okay? Be careful with yourself falling in traps of things appearing better or appearing good or appearing a certain way that is not. It's really not. It's not holding you any. It's just sweet nothings. It's just romantic flubber, or it's not really promising. Like, be careful of those type of situations where you're finding yourself in it because you're needing some sort of temporary fulfillment or fix. But it's not really bringing you anything. It's not really producing anything, right? And also, I'm not saying to give in. What I'm not trying to do it say that you should give in what somebody else wants in a relationship or whatever like that. But at the same time, I am saying that you might have to open yourself up a little bit to have some sort of understanding of it, especially when it comes to relationships, like romantic relationships and friendships and things that you're trying to pull together on that front. I feel like it's going to have to be some sort of leeway, or it's going to have to be somebody, either you or the person you're with, being open a little bit to understand the other person's point of view and really meeting the other person halfway in order to make the situation work. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of see somebody losing. I don't know if this is you or this is them. Losing interest and going elsewhere, getting attention and things of that nature. So just be careful of that. May, Knight of Pentacles, around May 2026. See, this is when you realize that you could have been putting your time towards something else. This is when you realize that wasted time. You know what I mean? Like The Weeknd said. Or somebody, listen, I don't know, this could be them realizing how they took you for granted or whatever in the situation. But my thing is, whatever epiphany you get, jump off in January 2026, don't be sitting there for the year, the first beginning of the year, waiting around for somebody else to make changes. For you to keep getting that, well, I just need one more sign. I need one more sign. No, the signs is already there. We don't need to keep waiting around. Whatever epiphany you get in January 2026 about what decisions you need to make and how you need to do it. Because you're going to get to, May, and you're going to realize, oh my gosh, oops, I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm going down the wrong road, or I want to be doing something different. We're not going to wait. Some of y'all are, but I'm just telling you, you're going to realize that. Now, the ones of you that was proactive, you're going to get there and you're going to be like, oh my God, I actually made the right investment. I actually did the right thing when I know what I seen at the beginning of the year. I know what I didn't want to see no more that I already seen in January 2025. And the choices that I made those changes. Really good. Any clarifier on that? Yep, the Hermit is reversed. Yep, it's definitely something dealing with work. Something dealing with work or something you're working on for sure. That's not really going anywhere. Or maybe you need to give yourself more time to finish it. So instead of you still waiting around, okay, because I'm definitely the type of person where I'm not going to say wait around. You could just be doing proactive, putting your energy and time towards something else, right? Because it's definitely all going to pay off. However, you don't want to, I'm really definitely preaching against people not, like putting themselves in situations where they're waiting. It seems like they're waiting for happiness. It seems like they're waiting for finances to change. And you're putting yourself in the control of somebody else all the way completely. Like, no, we don't want to really do that. Something is not going anywhere like you thought. All right. And then, and you figured that out in May. And then in June, Ten of Pentacles is reversed. I don't know, some of you guys might gamble something. Be careful because you could take a loss. However, this could be some of you guys make a decision to come out of something that maybe you invested so much time in, or just seem like it's the secure route. However, it's not doing anything for you. You know what I mean? You're tired of people being able to flex and say, yeah, well, we got you by the balls. Like, you got to do what we want you to do. You have to do it the way I said, because no, we're not doing that. Not this year. Okay, so what is this that they need to be aware of? The Death card is reversed. And what else happening? Yeah, because what it's showing you is not no opportunities. It's not much changes in the route that you're going. Nope. And this could be directly tied to work. And I think you figured this out. Mid-year. July is a very big work month, or getting on the right program. Because that's what I'm definitely hearing. Getting the program together, getting on the right page or something. You might start to see something work out, especially if you've already decided to make these changes. Yep, Queen of Wands is reversed. And the Five of Wands is reversed. Yep. Yeah, you're going to get rid of the unnecessary, unneeded people. The third part. So some of you guys, what you want to do, have your own business, have your own work or developments and work. And you want to be able to, you don't want to be in a position where you're waiting for somebody else. and waiting for happiness and all that, like I said. So yes, July of this year is about work. Wait, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Because I think these two was together. August, September, October, November. No, was not. Knight of Wands. August, that August, Knight of Wands is reversed. So August could be a bit testy, energetic wise. Especially like if you have a lot of responsibilities and things that you have to do on your plate. And especially like if you're your own boss. August could definitely prove to be a bit temperamental, because I feel like you're going to be wanting to go straight forward with stuff, and then it's going to be, maybe things are going to, around a home situation. Yeah. Maybe you were ready to move or ready to make some sort of sale or get some sort of closing or something. August is going to be a kind of a testy month in those areas, right? So I just want to say this. Preparing yourself as much as possible before you get to August is going to be the best. Like, give yourself multiple ways something could play out. Try that. Okay, September, 10 of Swords, yeah. Because you could have felt like you took a hit or a defeat, but you're coming out of that hit that you took. It's a 10 of Swords and it's reversed. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to tell you something. For me, August is definitely it's just like a hard time every single year. And I always tell myself, this time I'm going to be prepared. I say that every single time. But it's just like, life happens and it's just so hard to do. But I'm telling you right now, this time I'm definitely going to be prepared. But look at this. Ooh, 10 of Swords. Okay. Things are coming around September. If you can make it through August. And here we go with September. We got the Chariot. So you can go ahead and you probably will hear that answer on that home or something dealing with your stability. Just being able, you start to see things lighten up and you be able to move straight through. You're at an emotional ease and comfort here with the Knight of Cups. Some sort of romantic situation might really develop in the way that you never have seen before. But here come August, September. Maybe you're coming across an anniversary or something like that. But this is really nice. September is looking really good. You're overcoming defeats or setbacks. Finally, you're seeing it. All right. So we get through September to move to October. And here we go with the 9 of Swords. So 9 of Swords could be a pretty stressful month. Yeah. Why is it stressful? Okay. Maybe you're looking for the attention. You feel like you're not getting attention and recognition and what you deserve. So divorce for some of you guys, or just setting things fair and straight in life and like making sure that things are good, or somebody could be feeling like they're left out of your life. The Wands is reversed, yeah. I kind of feel like it's stressful because, I don't know, there could be lawsuits coming up. There could be just a time for you that's needing to, I feel like a lot of you guys could feel like you've made so many accomplishments. You can see things move forward, but maybe you're not 100% at where you want to be, right? The Justice here is talking about those warning signs and those realizations earlier on, because you don't want to get this far in the year and just then realize, oh my gosh, like, what was this all for? Like have a change of heart, change of mind. November, we have the King of Cups. This is really good. I feel like this is talking about emotional fulfillment. This is talking about you just being in a better place and you accepting where you are, and accept, like, even if you're the person, like I said, wherever you gotten yourself to, this could be something that you're appreciative of, and you realize the significance of it all. For some of you guys, this could be very good emotional stability, coming across someone that's emotionally open, figuring out your romantic situations, however the case may be. This is a very good month for meeting somebody or being in relationship, because you've gotten yourself to a place to where you feel like you're good. Whenever we get ourselves to the place where we feel like we're good on our own, that's how we know we ready. Somebody may come in because you're not even paying attention to it. Look at this. Also, the Knight of Pentacles was reversed and the 4 of Swords. This could be like some of you guys after separation, or, maybe you might go through a separation. You want to take some time apart. I really do see this. Maybe this is a loss of some sort of financial situation. But if it's not a loss of some sort of financial situation, I just feel like This is when a lot of you guys really make some departure from something that you have been working on, or you feel like it's not going the way that you want, or just does not fulfill you anymore. You don't want it anymore. You don't want it in your life anymore. Okay. You can see clearly like, oh, this is not what I want. December. And it's also not the best time to just be making frivolous investments in November. No. December. Yeah. You're going to break free. The Hangman. I feel like you're going to break free. Some of you guys might go to be single. Some of you guys might try that thing that you always wanted to try. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at 2026 about you. 2026 is about what you can break free from, Taurus. That's been a challenge. It's about you. Yeah. Is this not you? Is this not you? This is in December. The same things that you was trapped with, you free yourself from. 2026 is about you figuring that out through your experiences. Huh? Uranus is going to be inside your sign all the way up until like, what, March, April-ish. See, still causing that, that you're not being able for you to be, you're not going to get too comfortable. Still causing that unpredictableness, however the case may be, still shaking up your world. But I feel like this is not about holding on for dear life. This is about understanding the experience and seeing where it's showing you to go, and, you know, being willing to let go when it's time to let go, being willing to pick up when it's time to pick up, being willing to just see what it's all about. I'm telling you, that's really what it is. Okay. What can we give for Taurus to take into the year of 2026? The theme, one of the themes. Taking the year of 2026. Stop feeling like you have to have it all together. Because you don't. You don't. Nobody does. But I think that Taurus is you're the sign that really needs to learn that right now. Okay, what do you got? Seeking cosmic consciousness. You're another sign that says seeking cosmic consciousness. This is what it's all about. Aries also had this. Okay. On the back it says just kidding, but seriously though. Shakalaka. Let your freak flag fly. And I feel like that is just you understanding and embracing the hippie life a little bit. I know y'all like the hippie life. Well, not necessarily the hippie life. But I feel like the earlier on in 2026, y'all could just realize this. When that tower hit, it's probably already has. When that realization hits, when life hits, embrace it right then. Okay. Child, I'm a Taurus moon, so I got a lot of this coming my way. All right. Thank you, Taurus. So go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you know I'll be back. So when I was doing your cards, because I pre-shuffled them, this is for the year 2026. Each month, I'm going over each month, the overview of each month, to see some sort of direction of this year for each sign, right? And the biggest thing that I've noticed for you guys is you're leading into the year. You're going through changes, right? Changes, death. And it's almost required for you to do this change. For the ones of you that have gotten this, for the ones of you that have not, I'm telling you, it's pretty much required that you go through these changes. All right. Now, without further ado, January is just January 2026 is definitely reflective. Things get personal, things get serious. I take the moon as like serious because, you know, even though it's dealing with our emotions and our innermost self and our unconscious thought process, subconscious thought process, however the case may be, you know, we really can't make significant changes without understanding this, right? Without going within first. January 2026 is definitely an inward month for a lot of Geminis, whether you are amongst other people or not. So this could be like illness, time of like illness, sickness, cleansing. Because a lot of people don't understand too, when we get sick, it does allow for us to cleanse ourselves, because we're not eating the typical stuff that we usually do. We're not partaking in the typical stuff that we usually partake in. It's the one time where our body just really says, hey, no, you know what? I need to be taken care of. All right. Well, one of the times. And for you, even though the Emperor is reversed, I just really feel for you guys, January 2026, you're trying to free yourself of like these restrictions, these strongholds, control. Like, you don't want to be controlled. Now I get it. And I have been sick. So, I get it. Because here we go. With this, well, here we go. Typical Gemini, you don't want to be rebellious. You don't want to be controlled. Blase. No. But I feel that for a lot of Geminis, and I would get some clarifiers, January 2026, this is not something that you just realized. I think it's more of you, like your being, who you are, your consciousness. There's just a lot of stuff that you're seeing you involved in, that you just don't want to be restricted by, regardless of who else is being restricted by these things. You don't, right? Now, time of rebellion, this could be rebellion. You being rebellious, this could be people around you feel like it's being rebellious, however the case may be, but still. Yeah, you don't want to. I feel like January, look at this. I thought this was going to come out at the end of the year, because the last few signs I did, Aries and Taurus, the King of Cups came out, but it was like towards mid-end of the year. Yours is off top, the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, I see this as like availability, emotional. You guys can meet somebody or come across somebody that's emotionally available. All right. You guys can find yourself in January 2026 in a good place emotionally. Remember what I tell you. You cannot, whether this is a committed situation, a committed emotional situation, you're committing to yourself, whatever the case may be. I always say this, when we work on ourselves, when we get ourselves to the place where we're just like, okay, I'm not looking for none of this stuff. I am this stuff. I am this that I want. I am this emotional fulfillment. That's when it comes, because that's when we're in alignment. Gemini, you're one of those signs that just happens to be in alignment with where you're supposed to be at the beginning of 2026, whether it feels like it or not. I kind of feel like with the Emperor reverse, it's like the universe is saying, okay, take these controls and like off of yourself about it. Just do you, just live. What does some controls look like? Easy. Some of the controls could look like, okay, well, it's got to be done this way or that way. It's almost like you're waiting for somebody to bring you your happiness. You're waiting for somebody to help you make this money. You waiting for somebody to, agree with you or to give you your props and all that. It's like, no, because you are what you believe you are. Let's start off the year with that. Okay. So this is really good because, like I said, whether you understand it, whether you want it, whether you believe it or not, whatever the case may be, whether you are, this is you having that sense of everything's going to be okay, regardless of how you think that it's going to go, or regardless of what has happened, despite of what has happened. But Gemini, you got to be willing to make those choices for your life. Like pick those experiences that you feel like you want to have. Not the ones that you're done with having, that you don't need to have anymore, that you've been holding on to, or that's been holding on to you necessarily. Okay, so this is really good. Like I said, I feel like January 2026 for you, it's like you get real, like you get serious about you, who you are, how you feel. Maybe this is pertaining to your health. It could be anything. Nice. So, some emotional fulfillment. Some emotional fulfillment. February, we got the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Like I talked about this on the monthly rule of January 2026. So it's showing up in February. Maybe it'll be somewhat of a theme, but I kind of feel like you're not satisfied with the money you're making, with the work that you're doing. Not that you don't like the work that you're doing, but it's like it's not what you want. You see what I'm saying? February, you realize this is not what you want. Something you're working at, something you're doing. Because I just feel like you don't want to be... You're not satisfied. What do you want then? You definitely want success. You definitely don't be wanting to wait around. Maybe something dealing with your health situation. Yeah, the old way of doing things, the way that you have been doing it, what you feel like you're being left with, you're seeing yourself at in February 2026. You don't want to be at the hands of the mercy of nobody else or other people. And I feel like you're realizing that is the beginning of a lot of you guys' success. You know, once you realize this and just like kick it to the wind and just be like, okay, well, whatever, I'm doing me. Ace of Wands for March is reversed. Okay, so you know how March is like that new March 21st is the first day of spring and it's the start of things new. I just kind of feel like you're already ahead of the crowd. If you could just get this through your head, like you're already ahead of the crowd. So in March 2026, this is not you when you start to see other people trying to panic and like, oh my gosh, I need to get this straight. It's no. You could have already made a decision in January because March, that's never too late. But I'm saying for a lot of you guys, March, for you guys to wait around and get to March 2026 just to realize like, okay, yeah, I'm not happy on this job. This is not going to do it. It ain't going to do it. I'm not happy with this situation. It's not going to do it. No, I want more. I want something else. I want different for myself. Whatever the case may be, I'm not going to be controlled with this. I'm not going to be just strung along until things break. I'm going to try to take these efforts in my own hand instead of you figuring that out in March. You can literally figure that out at the beginning of this year. But a lot of you guys are really figuring that out in March. It's not necessarily the time for new starts. Look at this. See? You take things in control. So you left something around, you left behind waiting for somebody else to do it. So you're already in March 2026. It's not the time to panic. It's not time to be like, okay, yeah, I'm about to jump from this one thing to the next. No, it's not that sporadic, really. It's more of a decision that you make. An inward decision that you make to be in alignment. So everything that you choose, everything you do is because you're trying to align yourself this year with the life that you want to have, right? Okay, we see that. Okay, the Emperor energy, that's serious energy, baby. So you're serious all the way around. That's your theme for this year. You're serious about you. And the Emperor, okay, that's Aries energy, Mars type energy, but it's still like at the beginning of the year, that's water sign. But yeah, look at this. This is very serious. This is very the maturity that you have about yourself, the maturity that you have about your life, and the guidelines that is set by your own life plan that you have is definitely paying off by March. Because if people didn't know that you were serious, they about to see travel in progression. Nothing but travel and progression for April. Wow. Moving forward, you go see things pick up and move forward like never before. The past would be that. Just a mere spectacle. It's like you're in control of that. You're actually choosing your direction. Some of y'all might decide to move or some like travel forward, but you're starting to see the bigger picture. Yep, you left some stuff in the past. Go, baby. But look at this. That's Capricorn energy there. You decide to rebuild. You're going somewhere else to rebuild, or you're like, this is something that you're committed to. You're serious about. This is you actually loving what you do. Now, April could get a bit testy though, because there may be fears coming up around the progression that you made, like fear of, what if I fail? What if it don't work out? Those type of fears coming up because you're thinking about something of the past. We can learn from the past, but we can't let it stop us. Okay. That was April. May looking nice. Okay. You know, May starts Gemini season at the end of the May, but look. Yeah. Look at this. 10 of Pentacles. Money looking good. Stability looking good. Family looking good. Progression. Great. Awesome. May is looking real nice. Clarifier. Yep. Look at you ain't robbing Peter to pay Paul. Some of y'all might be financially good. Your debt, you clean up your debt. You committed to yourself and what it is you're in your life, in your lifestyle that you want. Look at that. The Hierophant. May is about to be good. Don't let that fear kick in. Look at that. June, 6 of Swords, travel. You're free to do, I don't know if some of y'all are working for yourself or what, or you're seeing things move. Like things are flowing along just the way that you need it to be. Any clarifiers on that? 3 of Cups is reversed. Yep, still not dealing with these people. That's not for you. And you're not in your feelings about it neither. So you got some people that's like, okay, hey, what about us? So some of y'all make sure that you don't get to working too much to where you don't have time for nobody else. But I'm just saying. Yeah, look at that. Still move, progression. You're not stuck. You're not trapped. Queen of Pentacles, anything trying to trap you in. I really feel like if some of you guys, if you got a business that started, you could be by that's June, July. Yeah, by June, you might be free to like work on your own or have your own thing or have your own business, your own finances coming in. July, the sun, look at this, happy, positive. You're seeing things play out. You're satisfied. There could be a sense of happiness, contentment with where you got yourself. Some of you guys could be having a son or a baby or something like that. You're pleased. Oh, what were you worrying for? But you're still worried. There's stress that might come up because you don't know if you can maintain this or what. What if, you're not completely sure. Maybe you guys have been like working like hard. Okay, but there's some sort of love relationship or something coming around. And you don't know whether you should stay single or you should get married or you should combine income, move in together. You don't know if you should open up to this all the way because things have been going good. When you have been maintaining boundaries, you've been playing it safe. You could have, some of you guys might pick up some sort of fling or something at the beginning of 2026 and you tell yourself that's all it's going to be. But now people catching feelings and you don't know. You might find yourself hard to embrace like the happiness and where you found yourself at. Ooh, August. Okay, so August is looking like a bit of a loss, but well, you're looking, I think August is reminiscent month. And I'm telling you, August, I always struggle with August. Like that's a month that drives me insane. This year, I'm going to be ready for it though. Okay. Like, do y'all not get that? I'm going to be completely ready for it though. Look at this. Okay, Gemini, don't get all this progression and you get to the mid-year and be like, man, I'm lonely. I wish I had love or a relationship or friendship. Remember that while you're doing you for the beginning of the year. You get yourself to a great place financially, then just to feel like, okay, well, it's not enough. Okay. Well, this is August. I will say this, you do have, you don't really want to, you got to watch out for feelings of guilt. Like maybe you shouldn't be places where you are because people could literally try to make you feel this way, especially if you get up on the come up that a lot of you guys are. Okay. So August is bitter and sweet because I feel like you could be looking at, man, what if I would have did this earlier? What if I would have did this a lot sooner? There's people that I wanted to congratulate me or I wanted to see. I wanted to be here. That's not. What else is going on for August? Yeah, 2 of Wands is reversed. So I am strongly take advantage of this, with this advice. You don't want to get mid-year and realize like, nah, like I should have made different choices. I should have taken advantage of, the opportunities that came at that time that came at the beginning of the year. I told this to Taurus too. So you could be on the earth sign, but that's your money, that's your finances, the world, like seeing things not pan out in that area like you want it, not seeing the type of growth that you want. So don't get to mid-year or don't get to that end of the year and realize and have these epiphanies. Okay, like, man, I wasted my time, or I could have been so much further along. Because yes, you can, but remember, the gateway is there. The opportunities are there, but the universe can't make us do things. It can't make us do anything. So just keep that in mind. The star card for September. Yep, things are looking up. Things are looking nice. I feel like you're going to be good either way. Because if you're a Gemini that gets this at the beginning of 2026 or any point in 2026, you're going to be good. But the earlier on we could get it and catch it the better. But there's lots of healing and freedom inside of the month of September that you're going towards, that you're knowing that you're embracing life. Some of you guys literally become like a star, or you just see yourself in great heights. Other people could be coming to you for advice, like you're living out the life that you wanted. Literally in 2026, you realize this. Wow. Let's get some clarifiers on what that is. So some of y'all might be having it all. The Page of Wands. Oh, I seen the Queen of Cups that fell to the floor. The Page of Wands. Yep. You're going to be being watched or something. The Tower. The Ace of Wands. Yep. New opportunities, new offers. If you have not decided you're going to go your own way, I think that you do realize that. You've healed past relationships, old hurt situations, Knight of Wands, like things, being shifty, coming in, not lasting, instability, Ace of Wands. Yeah, you've moved past like the hustle and bustle of it all, right? And yeah, like I really think that's what it is. By September, you realize, like, yeah, you have this realization that you've gotten yourself, you come a long way, and you've gotten yourself to where, on a better place, a much better place. And you're trying to see how much further can you go. This is nice. Okay. That's September, October, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, it's time for you to go to another level of things. You take your business, you take your relationships, your situation, you see like, okay, well, I'm ready to leave the rest of this stuff behind. Like I said, there's a theme of you're going to definitely be leaving something behind this year. At some point, it's bittersweet. It's not the easiest thing, but it's time for you to go. It's time for you to excel further into what? The Six of Cups. Okay. Something you dreamed of, something you always wanted to do, the results that you wanted. You can see that happen, right? Romantically, things can come together for you. So engagement by the end of the year, marriage, talking to marriage by the end of the year, or maybe even an anniversary coming up of some sort. That's pretty good. Let's see. Because the Queen of Cups did show its head, the star. Hold on. And you're allowing it to happen. But you just can feel good by the end of the year. Yep, the Five of it's a lot of wands here. Because you didn't settle. You realize that you did not settle. So you're getting something that you wanted. The Ace of Cups. Look, just a time for December to finish out the year and go into the new year. Like, you are definitely, the end of December 2026 is going to be completely different. You going out of this year. You went out of December 2025, death. You're going out 2026, Ace of Cups. This could literally be miscarriage to having a baby. Infertility is not working to now they're working. but feeling good with the changes that you made. See how that works? Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're looking, look. Okay. Any quote or anything that we can leave Geminis off with? Theme for this year. Ooh. Seriously, told you the vibe is serious. A wise woman once said, if this, and she lived happily ever after. Sit down and shut up. In other words, meditate. See? When you go to say whatever you're going to say, or whatever, like, especially if it's just the same and it's more of the same stuff from yourself and people, just be like, you know what am I? I'm preaching to the choir, because everybody and everything around me, and since I'm in alignment, they're going to be able to see what it is. And I'm not even going to have to tell them. It's just really the time of really getting your life. We've been preparing for this. I really do feel like the universe is giving it to you, Gemini, and say, okay, let's see what you do. All right. So if you're looking for a year, your yearly spread for yourself, personally, email me. I also, I could do it with the cards. I can also do it astrologically, birth chart style, okay, which is I'll be posting on my Butterfly to Light channel, so check me out there as well. And everything you need to know is in the description box, how to contact me through my email. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I will be back. Okay, so hello, Cancer. We're back with your yearly overview, literally January 2026 to December 2026. Some of the themes that could be possibly playing out for your sign in January 2026. So we're starting off the year with the Seven of Swords here. This could be a very tricky start to the new year. I don't know. Maybe it's something that you want to do, you want to make a decision on, you want to go forward with, but you're not completely sure, so you're taking your time. I don't know. You could definitely have a change of mind on something it is that you thought or you felt that you wanted to do at one point in time, or you felt that you were, but now, think about it. It might not be the best decision. And you also have to watch out possibly who and what you're trusting at the beginning of the year. When I see the Seven of Swords, it's about taking our time. It's just about having a cautionary, approach towards life. January 2026, yes, because there could be something that's requiring you to invest your money or your time or something that you possibly value, but it's a trick or it's not legit. All right. So definitely, keep watch for that, watch over your bank account, who has access to it, things of that nature, supporting people financially and stuff like that. Or, you may have to, I don't know, but just be careful with taking large risks in January. February, you do have more opportunities coming up, or some sort of significant opportunity coming up with finances and investment. So February may be a better time to invest, do trading, investments, crypto, things of that nature, open up a new account, applying for job opportunities, things coming in that's proving to be a little bit more fruitful or possibly going inside of your advantage. So just, look at towards this in February. In January, I just feel that just be careful of opportunities that's coming your way if you can't prove them to be legit. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, what could that be showing us for February? Hold up. Ace of Pentacles for Cancer. Yeah, something about finances, King of Pentacles, and then we have the Five of Pentacles off the back of that, because so some sort of financial situation, you get another job or some sort of financial stability may come, chance for you to pay off debt, chance for you to get to a better place, stability wise. I don't know. Maybe you guys might have to take on another job, work, or, you know, there's something that you want to invest in, or you're investing your finances and resources in as well. So that, you know, that comes to play. Bills and stuff like that is another big thing, you know, that could be taking your money or your resources. However, you do have some sort of financial job opportunity in February. So make sure you're filling out your applications and doing things of that nature. Some of you guys could definitely be retiring, and you know how that is. When we retire, that does take a dip into like our finances and our regular lifestyle. So that could be what you could be changing your mind on, because if you retire, there may be some sort of lifestyle that you want to keep up. You're going to make sure that you might change your mind so that you can have the type of resources or something coming in that can, maintain that lifestyle. March, we have more opportunities coming in. So your opportunities could be acting like as some sort of gateway. You know, you have an opportunity coming in, or you think you're going to settle with that, and then boom, you look up, there's more opportunities coming in. You're moving forward. You're seeing a lot of the big picture of where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to move. In March, I'm not surprised, because, you know, March brings that refresher, that new energy in when we embrace spring. So a lot of you guys could be doing some traveling, or March is a very good time to travel and expand your horizons in some way, shape, or form. April. Yes. April, you can see your finances turn around regardless of the bills or whatever, or maybe you made some adjustments in that area. But here we go, paying off debt. This is a very good year for people that is looking to pay off debt and to get that in debt under control and rebuild themselves financially. This is a very good year to do that. And I see for you, you know, as by the time you get to April, that's something that you're going to be working on. That's something that you're going to be doing. Maybe you're even looking at, or it could be good to look at, like your accounts, where you're spending money, you know, to even look into it. Because some people, maybe they want to purchase something. Maybe they get to a place throughout the year to where they're like, okay, I want to better my credit. Whatever the case may be, this is you getting a handle on it or control over it. By April, possibly. Yeah, for some sort of house situation, some sort of new start, some things you realize. Yeah, with the Hangman reverse, yeah. You might want to move, or you might want to help your grandkids or kids or something like that. All right. This is May. This could be a time to where you decide that you want to save some money, because maybe the previous month you made a big purchase, or the beginning of the year you did, so you want to save some money. May is looking more like a solitary month, to where maybe it'll be best if you're more financially savvy or aware. I can't tell people what to spend, but Four of Pentacles is somebody, whether you have money or not, you're aware of where your finances are going. You're a little bit more, focused on where things, how things are going out, things of that nature. Yeah. Four of Swords. Yeah. I kind of feel like the month of May is a more personal time, or more reflective time for you, Cancer. I'm not surprised, because your birthday takes place that June, July. And a lot of times, like before our birthdays, we can get a little bit to ourselves in a more reflective state. So May is definitely a reflective state of being for you. June, Page of Swords, we have childlike energy coming around, getting curious. There could be things that you're learning or you need to learn. Like I said, depending on what it is that you're trying to do and accomplish in life. Is it something if you're still working on your debt, or if it's things that you're trying to save and put away resources and stuff like that for your kids, grandkids, etc. But, heavy around children, heavy around knowledge, heavy around things coming to the light, things that you need to know. All right, what else do we need to add on to that for a clarifier for the month of June? The Sun, yeah. You could find out some not so good news, or, maybe things coming to light that maybe you need to know, but you may not really need to know. You may not really want to know, but it'll definitely be helpful for you. It could be around a kid, your child or grandchild or something like that. Even about you, About what? The King of Swords is reversed. It could be like around an ex or ex-partner. Look. But this information that you open yourself up to is only going to provide you with more freedom, with more opportunities, with more ways to better yourself, with having a better life. It's only going to free you. Whenever there's information, and you got to make the choice. Maybe that's something that you definitely need to make the choice on. Are you going to stay with somebody or are you not? You know? June is looking like a bit, you know, and I would love to see the transits that's bringing this about. Daytime too. July is too. 3 of Pentacles, because wherever you find out, maybe it's going to be something that you're going to have to put your finances towards. You're going to have to spend a little bit. Or maybe come out of partnership or collaboration with someone else or other people. Especially something that you've been investing your money in. Okay, so maybe some investment doesn't go the best way possible. How could you prepare for that? Like I said, I feel like the only way to really prepare for that is to just educate yourself. You have to be privy to financial situations. And sometimes we're just taking a straight out gamble altogether. You know what I mean? It's life. What are you going to say about it? But 3 of Pentacles, what is that about? 3 of Pentacles reverse, dealing with what? 5 of Wands, competition, fighting, discord. Some sort of altercation over money. Because if this is not you, maybe this is somebody that you're affiliated with in July. August, 2 of Swords reverse. Don't make any solid decisions, I guess, on either person's side. What is this about? Making a decision about what? Ooh. The Hierophant, stability, 4 of Pentacles, financial situations, and the Page of Wands. Yep. I mean, this could be anything. People fighting over attention, all the way to what's being left in a will, what's coming out of it, what's being given to them, you know, financial situations, what's expected of them. You know what I mean? Because I just kind of feel like there's this sense of people expecting something from you and you're just trying to live your life. So just be careful for that. Like, oh yeah, you're the favorite, or you always favored that one or this one, you know? So you have a bit of conflict coming up between the months of June to August. September, there could be a chance to work on things, you know, to help smooth things out, to work on things, work on relationships, things coming up at your job, or focus on your job, career, or saving money back up. Maybe out of like, you might need to have to save money back up with work. Okay. So this is interesting what flew out. This King of Cups has been showing up for, well, it showed up for Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and now you. So here's your chance of emotional stability. This could be you, but this emotional stability, emotional contentment, you know, this could be a mix of love and money, you know, for the month of September. Yeah. So you could come across some sort of solid, committed relationship or something actually working out inside of the month of September. Nice. Okay. Emotional fulfillment with work and just whatever situation you go through financially, you're going to be able to come out of it. October. Yeah. October, I feel like you're ready to jump out there. You're ready to jump into life again. You know, you're not just sitting by letting life pass you by. Judgment reverse. Yeah. Not worried about what people think about you. This is the insight you got. Yep. Maybe you look different. You're acting different. So October could be a very high-spirited month for you. A busy month for you. Being active. Getting into new hobbies. And not holding yourself back. Like, with what you know now, with life lessons and experiences, go be free. Go do you. November, the Empress is reverse. All right. So be careful, because I kind of feel like maybe you could do a lot of splurging. So be careful, you know, watch your weight if you want to maintain that. Watch your money, your finances, because this year could definitely be a year to where you just really want to put yourself out there. You just really want to live life with no regrets. But just be careful that on the other side of that, you're not losing out. Like, you're maintaining whatever place you've gotten yourself to. All right. The Empress reverse. Let's see what that is about. Some of y'all, you're like, yeah, I don't want no kids. I don't want to, like, you could view that a different way than normal. The Hangman is reversed. Yeah, because there ain't nothing stopping you. I'll tell you that. November. So you're going to have to be like a self-guide. December, 4 of Wands. You end out the year pretty good. December is looking nice, going good for you. Yeah, moving forward. 3 of Wands, traveling. Yep, things panning out the way that you want. All right, okay. Nice, nice, nice. Any quotes that we can leave off with Cancers for 2026? 2026. Bye bye, dumb BS. I'm gonna let y'all read that yourself. Hello, Sea of Tranquility. Okay. What? Okay. And inner peace is my acceptance. Better watch out. I'm coming for it next. Okay. So they better watch out for you, Cancer, because you definitely is not playing small. All right. Thank you, Cancer. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you want a personal yearly spread like this, then go ahead and contact me with my email address that's inside of the drop down box. All right. Till next time. Okay. So hello, Leos. I have got your card spread down for January 2026 through January 2020, December 2026. The whole year, month by month, what it is that we are looking for each month, the theme of each month, and what is it showing you. Now, the interesting thing here, the good thing, and I was like kind of surprised and trying to understand how to read this according to your spread, according to the fact that you even have Jupiter transiting your sign, transiting the sign of Leo. I want to say like around March, April, if I'm not, no, probably like June, probably like halfway through the year almost. Not quite, but we're getting halfway through the year. And, which is Jupiter brings in positive insights for the sign that is transiting and, the places that it's transiting at. So that's the great thing. That's the excellent thing. However, I really do feel that your thing for this year, you are challenged by other people, Leo. Like, I've been talking about this on my Butterfly to Light channel according to the transits for a while now, and then this is no difference. It shows up in the cards. The transits show a little bit more why the cards are showing what they're showing. However, this is a year, I feel, for you to really find yourself. And I know from whatever you've been going through possibly and how it's been paying out, it just seems like, well, God keeps trying to make you do that. The universe keeps trying to make you do that, and, keeps trying to, make you see certain things and be who you're not and all that great stuff. But this is the thing, when it boils down, everything, our existence, who we are, the way we think, the way we do things, all of it has some sort of expiration date on it. And, the reason why we're called to do something different, or we're called to have these introspections with ourselves, is for different reasons. You know what I mean? So, but it's not about being hard on ourselves about it. It's just about just taking it for what it is. And I feel like that's definitely really the pathway to trajectory for you guys. And with this being a 1 year in all, this is about you finding you. Now, I thought I'd be telling this to Scorpios, but, evidently I'm going to have to tell this to you guys as well. So you finding you, whether that be you recreating another version of yourself, whether that really you being you stepping into the authenticity of what that looks like. Well, whatever it is, that's what this little yearly journey is for you. Okay. So let's get started. January. Okay. I just feel like don't be so set on, certain things, or because like whatever decision you made, you find yourself that not really holding up, or changes being made still. And, it just kind of feeling out of your control. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, January 2026, let's get some clarifiers on why they may be Okay. It could be around money situations, something that you find out, Ace of Swords, right? So there's something that you do not know about just yet. Either you don't know about it or somebody you're dealing with doesn't know about it. Something, you could be making certain moves and other people don't know about it, or somebody doesn't know about it, what's really going on with you, or this is happening to you. Either way, let's not have anything set in stone, especially about financial matters, financial situations, family situations, investments, right? Because January 2026 can prove that you have to make changes to these areas, or you have not gotten yourself to the max of what that could be. You know, what this could look like for you, what stability could look like for you, who it's with, etc., etc. Okay, let's so January is not set in stone. January 2026 is not set in stone. Whatever changes that you need to make, however you need to make them, that's still up for grabs. That's still on the table. The sun for February is reversed. We could look like that. This like you, because in February 2026, you could not feel in control of yourself. You could not feel in control of your destiny. It could just kind of feel, things could feel blurry, or things could feel very out of place. Like you could be having out of body experiences, feeling out of body, like feeling outside of yourself. So this could be some of you guys being under the weather. Things are going around. This could be situations surrounding your health that needs improvement. You know, maybe there's areas that you slacked in, or you've been working on this, or this is something you come to the realization of. But February 2026 could be a month to where you're not really content. You're not really feeling happy, or like with where you are, with where things are. Maybe even people with where things are with you. The sun reverse. What is this about? Yep. So there's separation or time to yourself that's needed in February. I'm telling you, because you don't want to have to spread yourself thin, right? Sometimes you might take some time to yourself in February to figure out where you want to be and what you want, right? March. This is the devil energy, Capricorn energy, but here we go with work. Maybe something you're attached to, addictions, fun, commitment. And something that you could feel tied to, or something that you're with has it can have like a toxic twist on it. But I kind of feel like you guys, maybe around about March, you more settling in, or maybe you might make a decision, like a final decision on something. Hold on. Hopefully that's not too loud in y'all's ear, because I be forgetting the microphone is up here. So what is going on with the devil? Two of Cups. So I don't know, some of you guys getting married, maybe, proposed to, taking something serious to the next level, or somebody wants to do this for you or with you. Look at that. The commit to the devil. Like this is something that you're committed to, or like you're taking something serious when maybe you wasn't before, like a certain type of relationship or something. I could see some of you guys torn, or somebody torn between you. So this is you being inside of something that you're just selling with versus something that you really want. Okay, keep that in mind. In February or March, April, but I see that could possibly be March going good. March something maybe working out in a relationship or coming together. So that's good. This is April. April is the moon. All right. So this is just about you getting clear on how you feel, and it's personal. So I kind of feel like before, if you have been like the type to where you played around a lot in relationships and love and emotions and intimacy, right here, it takes a serious turn. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. Are you getting married, or there's some sort of situation that's really got you thinking like more personal, more serious, more intimate versus playful. Okay. What is we doing? This is self reflection as well in April. You're in your feelings, or somebody is. Yeah. Something's getting serious, something's getting deep, and you're trying to, in a way, hold yourself back from it because you don't want to get taken all the way into what this is. So you're holding your boundaries. You're trying to hold yourself together in April. Now, I hope this is not you choosing to go against whatever it is that you're being shown. Because remember what I told you about this yearly journey being personal to you, and it's about you, and you could be, some of you guys could be holding yourself back from that. May. Okay, so May, I kind of feel like you start to see things lighten up a little bit because you're coming out of some of that deepness, maybe sadness, or like intense experience, and you want to go towards something a little bit more lighter. Maybe whatever it was, it took you for a little run for your money so far. But you're looking and you're seeing the purpose of it all. You're seeing the meaning. You're seeing the bigger picture of what you experience certain things for. And now, you know, I feel like you're getting things together when it comes to May. Yeah, you're getting things together. And I feel like maybe you want to move forward. And, you know, this forward movement is whether somebody can come along with you or not. But at the same time, this is good. Things are looking good. I feel like this is you getting prepared for that Jupiter transit, because Jupiter is going to be transiting your sign. But let's just see what it's about. So I would say May is a good time for travel for you. And moving forward past something that is stagnating you or is causing you to, what's the word? It's causing you to feel drained. Maybe things pick up. Ooh. May. Yeah, you're moving past some sort of financial situation that's not working, or some sort of family situation. Maybe something and you invested in that's time to let go of, Leo. Or move past. I could definitely see that. You're moving past, yeah, you're letting that stuff go, or you're deciding to finally, there's something that was long standing. And it, like I said, it could be financial. It could be something that you've invested your time in that you're seeing is causing you more drain or more, this could be a health situation. It's costing you more than it's helping you. Let's just put it that way. So I kind of see like a little bit of a turnaround. Okay, the energy turns around in May. June, though, look. You got to be careful. You got to be careful of being inside a fight. Something comes back around possibly when you're least expecting it. It always happens that way. So you got to be careful of running yourself ragged, running yourself dry, fighting with people, altercations, going back and forth. This is not a good time to do it. This is not a good time to put yourself in competition mode. This is not a good time to be trying to prove things to people. No, ma'am. No, sir. Not you. Listen, whatever you got to face, you just got to face it. And your best bet is possibly just to own up to it. You know what I mean? Whatever you have to face, you just have to face it. All right, that's in June. What is it for? What does it lead? Where does it lead? Justice, yet might be a divorce. The Hermit. From a Virgo energy. But this is something that you're supposed to learn from. Things get made right because you're learning from your life experiences, right? It's not a bad thing. It just is what it is. July, definitely self-reflective. This is a spiritual thing. I don't know if you found a spiritual connection or you're seeing what something all was for. Some of you guys take a more spiritual route, a more inward route. There's things that you know. Maybe you're changing religions or getting into religion. I don't know. Maybe this was a situation like a mistress type situation that you were involved in, or someone that you know, something, a secretive situation. But there's some sort of knowledge and insight that comes out of this whole thing. And even if you're not involved in that, inside of some sort of your spiritual development of who you are, there is some sort of insight that comes out of this whole experience. Well, what does it lead? July, where is it leading? Leos. Yep, the Page of Cups. I don't know. There could be a bit. Some of you guys might end up pregnant or something by July, especially if this is something that you're wanting. If not, be careful about this. Some of y'all might become a parent. Okay. Maybe you find out about it or y'all tell people about it or something. Whatever these developments are, it's definitely something that is going to change your life. That's July, August. This is your month. Is that 8 of Wands? No, I mean 6 of Wands, reverse. For August. Wow. I don't think you're going to even want to be telling people about this, or people may not know about your success. There's something that you could come out of that maybe look like a defeat around August. Look at this. Financial stability. Some of you guys get some new work, or you're moving up inside of your job, inside of your pay. You have some sort of accomplishment, or you're moving towards that direction. August could be a very good financial month for you guys. Okay, I see that Jupiter energy coming on through. You leaving something behind. It's able for you to leave some old life or something that you did or had behind. All right, August, September, Queen of Swords is reversed. 7 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. But 7 of Pentacles is upright. All right, so this is air sign energy inside of here for September. So be careful, because there's miscommunication that could possibly come up. And some opportunity or something that you wanted to happen may fall through, or is not the time for it. So the 7 of Pentacles is here for September to let you know, like, okay, just stay patient. You might have to stay patient in the month of September. Empress. Yep, you're going to get what you want. Things are going to go your way. October, the King of Wands is reversed again. So some of you guys, especially you masculines, you men, could be under the weather or something of that nature, or really overwhelmed by where you're at or what you have to do. But okay, just let you know that that's there for October. Especially if you become a parent. October. The Strength card. Yeah, definitely watch your health. And another card fell. It's the Star card. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, but at the same time, I think that what you're seeing is that you got to be careful. Let's just say this. Because let's just say all these developments that happened is something that you want to happen. You chose it. But then you get to a place to where you're just like, wow, like this is not what I want. Especially for you men. It definitely, I'm telling you, just be mindful of what it is that you are choosing, especially like if you want freedom. Then if you want freedom, don't engulf yourself in a bunch of stuff that's going to tie you down for this year. But there's healing here, because the Star card, it bounced on the floor. Let me get. So if there is something with your health or mental health or whatever it is, there's healing here. It may take some time for you to do and to work things out, but it's definitely possible. That's October. November, we have the Magician reverse and the 4 of Cups reverse. I kind of feel like, once again, you kind of feel like some things are out of your hand, but I kind of feel like that's you not focusing on things that you can't control. Right? The Tower is reverse. Yeah, buddy. That's you, though. Yep, and moving on with life, getting on with life. So you're not focused on things that you cannot control. We're not doing that, right? This is you. This is good health. This is opportunity. This is focusing on things that you can control, that you need to have to do for November. This is, I'm telling you, for the rest of the year. It's about yourself. You're becoming something different. Ace of Wands, by the end of the year, you're this newly emerged person. This has been a personal, you're going to realize like, oh man, this has been a personal journey. What else? Ooh, yes. The Chariot. December. Home, security, finances. That's what you're working on this year. Because Jupiter is still being your sign by the time the year is up. So don't worry. A quote for Leo for this year. Let's take this one too. Talk to the hamster because I'm done listening. Okay? See? It's up to you. Decide your vibe. It attracts your tribe. Okay, nice, Leo. So no matter how the year may start out, just keep on preparing yourself. You know, it's a trajectory to all this. And remember, Jupiter is going to be entering into your sign. You're going to see some things pick up. It's about you and your development. It's like you developing yourself. Okay. Just remember that. All right. Thank you, Leo. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I will be back. Okay. So Virgo, how is it going? So the point of this spread is to pretty much have an overview of each month and the themes that's playing out kinda for January 2026 all the way to December 2026. If you want to get your personal one from me that is for you personally, then just go ahead, contact me, let me know, and that'll be something that I could do for you. Just look at my email in the description box. Now, before I get started, I do want to say, excuse me, I might cough a couple times because I've been under the weather. However, your year looks completely amazing. I will tell you that. Like, it looks great. It looks phenomenal. Out of all the way from I've done all the way from Aries to Leo. And so far, yours does look the best spread. However, it's like you get to the end, and this is just a cautionary tale, and we're going to see how could we mitigate this? Like, what needs to be done? Like, what are you looking for? What are you doing? What is this year showing? That's what I have been, my overall theme of even doing these videos. But I want to say, it's like you get to the end of the year and you are discontent. You're unhappy a little bit, or you're unsatisfied. I'm going to use the word unsatisfied. So we're going to see why, because everything else looks pretty good, but you know, when you go deeper inside of it, things start to come out. Okay, January for you starts off with a lot dealing with the kids, possibly young energy, new energy, you know, Page of Cups, feeling re-inspired and focused is going on for January 2026 for you guys. Okay, because some of you guys can want a new life, or, you know, you want your kids to have a different life than what you had. And this is what you're working for. This is what you're doing things for. New investments and just new focus, a whole new heightened sense of focus here that's going on for you for January 2026, right? That's good off the top. Like, February, you're focused on yourself and the King of Swords. You have a King of Swords energies here. Things you have learned. This is the epitome, and this is what Virgo was all about, right? You learn things and you apply them to your life. Like, you learn things. You want to fill yourself with things that you can actually use. And look at you through investigating, through research, through awareness, through advancement, through maturity, through just insight. You are looking good. You are feeling good. You look different. You look beautiful. You look naturally versed and talented and knowledgeable about what it is that you're in. So people will look for your insight. People will look because they can see it on you that you have worked on yourself. This is what people have to understand about the sign of Virgo. February looks good. You know, new insight, you know, chances to just be comfortable in your skin and do what it is that you love. March, a new beginning here. Ace of Cups. I don't know, some of you guys get here about a new pregnancy, a new fresh start. Just feeling good about where you came, like how far you came, where you're at. And then the future is looking bright on where it is that you are going. Ace of Cups, we could get a clarifier on that. Yours is pretty much straight to the point. Yep. Things that you're moving toward. See? No, I'm sorry. That's Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords here. So what? Oh yeah, you blocked off. This is because, or you will have to block off these distractions and mental things that you challenge yourself or you worry yourself with. It's not the time to worry. Like, let go and just live life and just do you is what you're going to be realizing in April. Look, this is you moving on to new heights, new territories, traveling, just being comfortable, going with the flow of life. That Six of Swords is you just enjoying life. You just being in the moment. That's what's coming up in April. Pretty calm time. Seven of Cups. It might have you in your feelings a little bit if you're reminiscing. But let this show you the direction for it, really. Just taking things day by day. All right, going with the flow is what's going to be called for inside of the month of April for you. May, new financial opportunities. Wow, okay. A raise, a new job, a new work, good in business, offers. That's nice. Some sort of substantial offer that maybe you could possibly be waiting for or you could possibly want. You might be holding yourself back from it. Excuse me. You might be holding yourself back from this though. Justice. I don't know. Maybe you were going for a divorce, but you don't, or you're not, but you need to. Something needs to be set right, but you don't know what you're going to do. Like there's this home family life situation that you want to work out and you don't want to be alone. Okay, so watch out for staying for situations and staying with things that you can't separate yourself from because you don't know, you don't want to be alone, or you're fearful of what might happen after that. But good in developments for the home, family front, security. Make sure you're not holding yourself back from opportunities, okay? That's May. June. Yep, see, it's coming anyway. It's a Chariot. New car, moving forward. I don't know. Some of you guys are like emotionally open, security, feeling secure within yourself. This is really good. Yep, look at that. Looking good, feeling good, really experiencing life. Doing things that you hadn't, like your confidence could be built up in ways that it hadn't in a long time. So yeah, you're going to be pretty busy in making things happen inside of June. July, I saw the Fool is reversed. So this is saying like, don't let yourself have some sort of grounding to yourself. Don't let yourself get taken too far out, right? July, yeah. Some sort of past experience. I don't think that this is nothing about you being afraid though, but we're going to figure it out. Yep. The Four of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So for some of you guys, it's because of something you've gotten yourself here. Maybe some sort of separation you already did. Maybe some sort of changes you already made. So this is just about being careful with going back, and reverting to old patterns, right? We don't need that. Come July, we want to still be good. August, you have, we got the Judgment, the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Okay. So just be aware about, being blessed and just about being aware and taking the time to smell the roses, how far you came, where you're at. You don't want to be a workaholic to the point where you're not enjoying family and, new experiences. All right. So that's what's coming up in August. This is just going to be, a time of the universe have you become aware of where you're at. We're not going to, it's not good or healthy to act as a machine, right? And I feel like that is what you realize at the end of the year. It's like, okay, well then, okay, that's great. But what is it all for? So we'll see August, September. Justice is coming up for some of you guys. Things, legally that you need to take care of. Like I said, things dealing in divorce or not marriage. Just prenups, contracts, all of that might come back up for you. So be careful of that because you don't want to do this thing to where you just jump into something and then you realize, oh, I didn't think this through. I should have got a prenup, or we should have talked about this more. I should have, made them sign a contract, or maybe I should have got the amount of money that I was going to be making first, or, anything like that. You got to, be mindful of that because September that's definitely coming up. Yeah, something you might choose to walk away from. And when you do, you want to make sure you're good, like you're covered. September, October, the King of Wands. Okay, so this is good. Some of you guys might have a King of Wands energy coming in, but this is you confident and assured, standing strong. Maybe your health is good. All right, there's vitality there in October. What else? The Tower, even though there may be circumstances that come out of your control, I feel like you're still going to be good. Something that could be around your finances, job, or especially if you're going to be single or whatever, maybe you're not, but this could just be around something that maybe could be a disappointment that comes up. I feel like you could be prepared. Look, the Emperor, it's like you have covered yourself. That's what that Justice is for. Making sure you cover yourself, right? The Tower. So, because there's some uncertainty that may be coming up, but you cover yourself. You're still going to be good. You're still going to be strong. November, the 5 of Swords, upright. You win something against somebody else, or they win something against you. Possibly. Because it looks like you're standing strong. So you can still might cut something off or somebody off. The 6 of Wands is reversed. And the Wheel of Fortune with the Ace of Wands. Yeah. I don't know. Because it looks like you possibly going towards some new or some different opportunities as well. Or something coming in your way for a new start. I don't know. Like you might separate yourself from something or someone in December. So maybe this is not a bad thing. It's just a bittersweet thing. I always call it bittersweet. You know? Because where's your present for all of this, Virgo? So December is a bit melancholy. Could we just see why? The transits will tell me why better. Yeah, something you could have realized. About what? Dang, something you was worried that might happen. Could possibly happen between you and somebody else. Let's see. Moving forward with someone. That could be like if you have to move or you want to relocate or something, you want to leave a job or anything, that could be sadness from your end or someone else's end. It's like, okay, I'm glad for Virgo, but at the same time, I don't want to lose them. Who you gonna have a choice to make in December about where you're leaving to? What's next? Quote for Virgo. Peace, love, and yoga pants. Oh, and fuzzy slippers. YOLO. Carpe effing diem. That's just about you. This is your own unique experience that you might be having right now. That others, you probably can't take on this experience with you. Or you're going to end up seeing that at the end of this year. Okay. Well, you know what, Virgo? Thank you. You have a pretty good year, though. I can say that. I mean, I'm fine with it. I love it. And let me tell you, it's just, you know, you got to see where life leads you. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Hello, Libra. So we are back. And the goal is for me to cover the new year, January 2026, all the way until December 2026. Why don't ya? Now, I'm just going to give a quick card. I have a card and then some clarifiers for each month. And we're going to see an overall theme of what is going on. So far, I've noticed a theme with the signs. And it's looking like Virgo. It's looking like Cancer, and Leo was doing more of like a self journey. It's looking like Virgo, and so do you guys. You get through to the end of the year and you realize you really want to be doing something different, or you want to take another turn. This is something that you already realized, but at the same time, you haven't quite grasped, I guess, if that makes any sense. Yeah. All right. So for you, for January 2026, Libras, we're taking on the Hermit mode. Okay. So it could call for some maturing in your life, or maturing through life lessons or things that you have learned. You could take toward like some of January could take like an inward tone. A single type energy come in, single-handed, or some sort of personal time to yourself. Maybe it's some things that you need to go study about, learn about. Some of you guys, maybe you're really thinking about education, maybe finishing school, going to school, returning to school, or something that you will be doing during the month of January 2026 that could be very reflective, or to yourself, something personal. And like I said, like even if you're not single, you could be in a relationship for sure, but it does not take away from the fact that it may have that single type energy or type feel, especially when it comes to decision making. Okay. And this has been like a theme that has been playing out for you guys for at least 2025, having you prepare for it. What else? Can we please get some clarifiers? Queen of Cups reverse. Yeah. This could be something you reflect on, some sort of mother figure. Some of you guys, it has that feel of maybe having a lot of responsibility, having to be a mother, have to grow up or mature because of this. And maybe you're not really feeling that motherly. Maybe you're not really feeling, and it's not that you don't love your kids or et cetera, et cetera. And also have to be mindful of putting yourself in a position to where you're possibly might have this happen. Put yourself in a position where you have to become a parent or responsible for someone that you're not ready for. So you have to really hone in and check a lot of your decisions that you're making up until because of that. But like I said, just because a person may not be ready to be a mother or something of that does not mean that they don't love their kids or whatever, or to be a parent and take on those responsibilities. But it's a lot in today's world, you know? So, but there's something off, maybe Queen of Cups, reverse, like emotionally off with you. You know, this could also be, you know, going through the emotion or being in situations to where, you know, you're not emotionally connected to them. You're just going through the motions, but you're learning. January 2026, I feel like you're looking at things more rationally. Okay. February was coming up. Strength is reversed. We got to watch our health. So things and themes around health, and maybe even feeling powerless in certain situations, maybe in financial situations, King of Pentacles. This could be either you in a financial stable, a situation of stability, finances, you know, practical approaches, things that you feel like you need to prioritize that's important in life that can actually bring you material goods, right? We have that playing out. Maybe it's a situation where that was something that was coming for you, or that you could make, it could be lucrative for you, but you're trying to decide whether you have to put your energy towards it. You have to make sure your health is good. You have to make sure that you're focused, and maybe it's less about passions and more about practicality and practice and maintaining for right now, right? Okay, so March, we have the Three of Pentacles reverse. So March is just not a good time to just you know, partner up with people. And this is the thing, maybe it's like you and some other people, y'all are not getting along. Y'all are not on the same page right now. This is things dealing with work, because some place that you work at, you're not really feeling the camaraderie. And maybe you're putting forth that energy, but you're not feeling it coming back towards you or to you. Two of Wands. Yeah, this might be what you need, a catalyst you need to make changes. So this is not a bad thing, because you might decide to go ahead on with what you have to do for now. And this is the thing, Libras, like some of y'all might have to look at y'all's experiences right now as that experiences, right? And then understand you know, after going through certain experiences, said experiences, and understanding what it afforded you, understanding that without them, you wouldn't have gotten to the place that you're at today. You know, and everybody's life is unique, right? But in March, there could be a chance for you to take advantage of other situations. Maybe you feel like you missed before, or you felt like you needed the support that you really don't need, right? So the more in March that you could take on, not saying don't work with the group. I'm not saying don't get along with others, but the more that you can take a personal approach and not take things personally, the more that you can just say, okay, you know what? When other people can't step up and do what they need to do, what do I need to do? You know, how do I make sure I'm good in the process, right? And I don't really care particularly for this energy because I don't want you guys to feel like, you know, you don't have the right, or you shouldn't ask for help, or you shouldn't be in a team environment. But at the same time, I'm feeling like if people can't show up for you in the way that you need, with the support that you need, you cannot allow that to break you down, is what I'm saying. Really look at it as a blessing in disguise, because it's just something that you need to go on, make the decisions, do, and develop yourself for what you need to develop yourself for. But it's still March. It could definitely be a progressive month if you can realize this, right? April. So April, we have the Six of Wands reverse. So it's not much. You're not going to get the recognition and the hype, I guess, off of something that you feel like you need or you deserve right now. And maybe that's a good thing. You know, maybe you realize that you don't want attention from everybody, right? Because all attention is not good attention. You know how they say some attention or any attention is good attention, or no. It's not. The Hierophant is reversed and the High Priestess upright. So you're going to have to depend on or lean on your sense of faith and spirituality, the unknown. You know, you have to be willing to see beyond or through certain situations that feel like it's in place and set in stone. You got to be able to see beyond it. Like, what is this showing you about where you want to go? How do you move forward through the rest of the year? You know, the April is less about outside interactions and involvement, and more about the inner, right? So there's a lot of growth, spiritual growth and expansion when you can embrace your life, when you can embrace the experiences and not take them so personally. And then understand where you would like to change. Like, so basically seeing what you've seen up to so far in April, where do you think that you want to see yourself from there on out? Because from January to April, it gave you enough time, or it will give you enough time, allot you enough time to kind of see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And it's definitely something that you're going to come across in a very personal, quiet way, right? And you don't need to prove nothing to anybody. That's why the Six of Wands is reversed. Can we please get some clarifiers for April? Yes, the Knight of Cups. Personal achievements, Libras, personal achievements. And it looks like you could possibly come across some sort of love or romantic situation as well. Or you're going to find fulfillment in what it is that you're doing and what it is that you learn. So that's coming along for April for some of you guys. Okay. January, February, March, April. Yeah, May, we have the Two of Cups reversed. That's June, July, August, September, October, November. I still need to get December. Two of Cups reversed. So May is not the best time to look for love or depend on love in relationships or partnerships. It doesn't mean that it's not there in you, that you can't have it. And even if you do meet somebody, okay, because it seems like there's a possibility that you could in April. I think I got some months mixed up here. But we're going to go. When I say months mixed up, I put some cards. I probably put one of the cards into the previous month or month behind. It doesn't really matter. It's all going to play out the same way. But what I wanted to say was that somebody might come along, or some romantic situation may come along, emotional interest, but at the same time, what you have to try not to do is get yourself mixed up and, intertwined in a way to where you were previously in your relationships. So inside of May, make sure that you keep some sort of understanding, some sort of eye out, some sort of how should I say it? Have some sort of compassion for yourself. Make sure that you're making choices and you're doing things based on how you feel too. There has to be, it can't just be based on your partner. I mean, just see how these people show up for you. That's the best way to figure this stuff out. See how these things show up for you. And this is for May. Let's get a clarifier on what is this Two of Cups reverse. Yep. We're going to be rational, logical conversation, get to know each other, feel things out, take and approach situations in a rational manner. What have you learned before? May is a huge learning month. And it's the King of Swords upright. So this is good. Whatever you're learning, this is good. It's for you to add to making you who you are, to make you strengthen yourself, to get to where you need to get to. Right? July. I want to say January, February, March, April, May. I'm sorry, June. Yep. There's going to be some things that you finally decide that you need to leave behind. In mid-year, you're ready to leave these things behind. This intense, I don't know, like if you have something, you're ready to go to the next level of something. You could have felt like you were stuck or complacent for the first half of 2025 or 2026. I'm sorry. But now you're ready to leave this intense, draining, energy, life experiences, lessons behind. And this is good. The Eight of Cups. Yes, it's bittersweet, but you can see you have from January to June, you have everything within you. You have all you need to know about the direction that you want to take yourself towards the end of 2026. But we're going to talk about that in just a second. We're going to talk about that. I want to get some more cards, some more clarifiers, because I kind of get, if you don't understand the purpose of 2026, you may go through the whole entirety of 2026 not picking this up, not understanding this, and getting to the end of the year and realizing you pretty much betrayed yourself. Okay, so just hold on. And it's not anything that we can't recuperate from, but just hear me out. Hear me out. Yep, see? New opportunity. See? New opportunities, offers, something that that's worth you moving towards. So you have a big opportunity that's coming up in June 2026. Okay? You're free. July, a new start with the Ace of Cups. You have new starts, new beginning, new emotional beginnings, a chance to start over. Some of you guys are having a baby, or you did. Some of you guys are maybe something you feel like you were going to regret. You see, like I said, you get to July and you realize it got you to the next level of where it needs to go. Focus on yourself, and you're going to embrace these new beginnings, or you should. New emotional beginnings as well is coming up for mid-year. Yeah. Okay, look, we got a fire sign here. We got a fire sign here it's the Knight of Wands. Okay. So, but this is the thing. Now there's your attention. You got attention coming around. You're going to be busy for the summer, it looks like. You're going to be feeling good, maybe even changing up your look a little bit. Just something about you that feels new and more fulfilling. So July is a busy time for you. August, we have the Five of Cups. Okay. So August is definitely a reflective time for you, because you could be looking back and maybe there was somebody you couldn't bring along, or maybe you have some guilt or some shame around maybe certain choices or decisions that you did or you didn't do, or however it played out. However, it doesn't matter. Like if you see the Two of Cups behind you, you come a long way, and you're just looking at and reflecting on how far you came. Maybe something is a letdown, but at the same time, Libra, be mindful that maybe something that didn't happen the way that you wanted is a letdown, but you have gains, right? The new path, or where you're finding yourself, the changes that you're making, it could be a little bit bittersweet. We could have this energy too of this could be you being missed, right? Because guess what? They don't know what they got until it's gone. That type of energy is there. Five of Cups, but you're not the person that should be responsible for teaching them this. Let life teach them. You know what I'm saying? Yep, because you've realized the truth about a lot of stuff. You see that? You got to live in your truth. There could be people coming around trying to guilt trip you too. But you can't sacrifice yourself. You gotta, you can't sacrifice yourself in what you need and what you want out of life. Okay? This is September, 7 of Cups reverse. You get rid of the confusion. You're getting rid of your emotions behind it. Not that you don't have any emotions altogether, but you were once, possibly confused when it comes to finding out and feeling yourself and what it is that you want. Even though you would know that you would sacrifice a lot of that to make other people happy. And Libra, you cannot do that. 7 of Cups reverse. And you're going to realize that. That's September. But the Fool is reverse. Hold on. The Emperor is reverse. Yep, this is some stuff that you're going to you don't have any control over. You're not going to have any control over this other person. The Tower. Yeah, that's what you're going to realize. And that they really don't have that much control over you as they thought. But you're not going to have, come the end of 2026, the situations I feel like the universe is trying to bail you out of or get you to see at the beginning of 2026, the end of 2026, you're not going to have control over these situations. Okay? It's just important for you to understand that. All right? So we got Tower. We have some disruptions that's coming up inside of September. So September is a rocky month. It's a little bit of a rocky month. Why is September a bit of a rocky month? Because hold on. Okay, because it just could be because of the direction that you're going. You may decide that it is not for you. Like, it's not what you want. Remember, I was telling you guys this, if you don't figure this out at the beginning of 2026 or you don't act on it, it's just going to come back around for you to see even more that there's no future in the direction that you're going or what you're going with. The Magician is coming up the Magician reverse is coming up for October. What I tell you, where you feel like you're out of control, like you're not getting what you want. But I don't think it's that you're not getting what you want. I think that you come to the end of the road with a way you've been going about something, the direction or whatever. Yeah, that's what it is. I see the sun, but let's not pull it just yet. Let's see if it's going to fall out. Yep. Through the insight. See? Double Magician out of, is reversed. So something that's out of your control in October, and you're going to feel it. It's not going to be what you want. And it's like Ace of Swords in the Temperance card. You're going to realize this. You're going to realize something you thought was so special, a person you thought was so special, was a soulmate. This was your destiny. You're going to realize that it's not. That it's not. Like you have another calling. This is going to be good. See? November, the 6 of Cups. So you're going to have some past people or a past person that comes back, possibly. You're going to be feeling better. You're going to be feeling more, even if you don't have everything figured out. The insight that you do get is going to put you in a place where you feel better. You feel almost like things can go better. Like, things can go better, right? Because you know that you went through things before and you were able to overcome them. This is November. The High Priestess is reversed. They could be coming back, but they could be hiding something. The World is reversed. Not tying up loose ends. I see the 6 of Cups too. Five of Cups is reversed. Yep, moving on though with no remorse, no regrets. December though, you have the 10 of Swords. So December 2026, the 10 of Swords is showing up. Okay, so something might come to an end. Even though it brings you great feelings and it was something that you once had or you once felt like you depended on, you once felt like you needed, you might finally realize at the end of 2026 it's not what you want. Who made the choice for you, Libra? 3 of Swords. So it's definitely a rocky end of December 2026. However, it's just all about growing pains. Come on, the strength is going to make you stronger. And look at this. It's going to help you make a decision. The decision that you need to make or you really want to make. So everything in 2026, it is just a learning and growing process. I don't know why I'm getting a lot of false starts in 2026. And I think it's because, to be honest with you, since 2026 is a year of one and starts and beginning, a lot of people is not taking the start the way that they need to take the start, and not embracing these new beginnings. You're really bringing in a lot of what you've already dealt with in 2025 that you have to get rid of first, because remember, 2026 is a 10 first and then a 1. Okay, what do we have? Quotes for Libra for 2026. The power of serenity now. Pencil it into your schedule. Some things you have to, it seems like you're giving into, but it's for a reason. Trust me. All blessed out and nowhere to go. All blissed out and nowhere to go. Guess I'll just chill. See? All right. Okay, Libra, this has been your 2026 monthly just cap of what the energies that's coming in, bringing in, and what it's showing you. Please subscribe to the channel, and you can also contact me through my email address, butterflytolight11@gmail.com, in the description box, and I will be in touch. Thank you. Okay, so hello, Scorpios. We are back, and this particular video that I'm doing is just a sum up, or like a little caption of what could be happening, the theme of each month. Now, you have to remember, each month of 2026. Now, you have to remember that there's transits that's going along that's adding into this and taking away from it. So, we got to keep that in mind. However, this is just like a card spread. And if you want your personal card spread for you and how you focus on 2026, then that is fine. Just go ahead and contact me. My email is in the description box. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and get started. So for you in January, for the sign of Scorpio, okay, so I see the King of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles is reversed. So what you have, starting off the year, January 2026, the King of Cups has been showing up. I think that last few signs, it did not show up for. So I have been using this as a marker, pretty much. King of Cups is a water sign, is representing your energy, but at the same time, it just represents emotional availability, support, and you starting off the year pretty strong, okay? So it just seems like to me in January 2026, you're starting off pretty sure, or at least emotionally sure as possible about the direction that you want to go in. You're doing things, you're being proactive, you're just letting things happen, but you're in control of it as much as possible, and you're not waiting. So January 2026 for you is just not a time to be waiting around for other people to do things, waiting around to get things done. I feel that you have to really step inside of the year with enough confidence, or with confidence and self-assurance that life happens. Like you have to take a rather independent stand in your life and for what it is that you're going towards and what's happening for you in 2026. Now, this is the thing, because I'm just going to go ahead and give a disclaimer, just like I did Libra. And this happened for Libra. It happened for another sign too, a couple other signs. I'm not completely for sure who, but it's like some of y'all are getting through 2026, like going through the whole year, and then getting to December 2026 and realizing some sort of, disappointment, should I say. And what I've been trying to do is trying to get down to the bottom of what that disappointment is. Now, I do want to make clear and bring to your attention that we got to go off the vibrations of the year, of the numbers, to understand why certain things are playing out. 2026 definitely is a year of one, a year of new beginnings. But the thing about it is, what people don't understand is, the energy, the year, the energy, the numbers, whatever, the influence is bringing in that one energy. But we are still operating. We are still people. We're still operating. We still have emotions. We still have life. We still have our thought process. That is what is also happening, because in order to be in alignment, we have to, we have to get ourselves into alignment. When we're working with 2026, we're working with the year of the energy of 10 endings. That could be hard. That could be, not easy. That could be challenges. That could be struggles. And then we get to 1 to where we can actually embrace those new beginnings the way that we should. And then we have our free will. So whether, we have opportunities come up, we have the new energy coming up. But some people will get stuck in not knowing how to really let go into that energy. It could be a difficult thing to do. So just understand that, February, we have the 10 of Cups reversed, the 2 of Swords upright, and the 10 of Wands reversed. So February is like you're making a decision, definitely a pretty big decision between maybe some of you guys got so much to do, or you see the trajectory, you see what it is that you want, and one side it looks like you gotta sacrifice, and you gotta put in a lot of hard work, and then another side it's like, okay, well, what about my fun and my family? One side is, I think altogether this is having all of that, but making the decisions to have it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, well, can I make it through? Can I fix things with my family or with this harsh situation? Am I able to overcome obstacles and do things independently as I need to if I make this choice to leave things behind? So this is the thing. There might be a choice or decision you have to make about leaving something behind that is causing difficulty for you, or is, you're seeing it as maybe a sense of protection for some reason, but is actually obstacles. It's actually just creating obstacles in your life, or it's just something that it's time for you to make a shift into, out of one thing and into another one. But it's it's an important decision that you need to make in February. I'm not saying it's an easy one. Let's just see. It's something that you could possibly already know. 3 of Cups is reversed. Ace of Cups upright. And the 8 of Wands is reversed. Okay, look. See what I'm saying? If you're waiting for others to come along, if you're waiting on your friends or associates, but before you move, it has some sort of movement, it could be something that hinders you. Because the Page of Cups upright is you. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of 2026 looks like you having to make a lot of independent decisions that's best for yourself. Not everybody else, but for yourself. And if you do not be mindful of this, the warning is you will get to the end of this year with regrets and disappointment. Okay, so just be mindful of that. I'm telling you, that's February, March. You have the 7 of Swords, because it's like, what is it that you're choosing not to see? There could be a situation in your life that's cheating you, or that is, you feel like you're escaping some sort of way. Now, don't get me wrong. This might be even you having to keep some decisions that you're making to yourself. Why? It's not that we don't need help in situations, but in every situation, no. Especially if we're people. Okay, so let's say you're a person that kind of has a hard time making independent decisions, but you talk to other people, and when you talk to them, you hear about what they're doing. You hear about what they got going on and all this and all that, and it sounds great. I mean, sometimes even to the point of where it can make you change your mind. But just to realize that they change their mind, or they figure out it ain't something for them to do, or it's just something that it just was not for you, right? Okay, so in March, okay, I kind of feel like just all together, but in March, definitely you're going to need to kind of move a little bit in silence, just to figure your situation out. Just to see where you want to be. Just to see if your choices is aligning with your life, with who you are, with who you're becoming, with who you want to become. Because you don't want to trick yourself out of something that's for you just because you're listening to other people, or just because you're not sure of yourself, or whatever. You're double questioning yourself, however the case may be. But be careful in the month of March too, because you got to watch out for scams. You got to watch out for people that's lying to you about what? Because this is March. Lying to other people. Yeah, because we definitely got mistress energy here. Look at the Queen of Cups reverse. Lying to yourself about your feelings, your own feelings. Not knowing how you feel, or know how you feel, but denying them. Instead of following your intuition. In March, you're definitely going to have to follow your intuition, because, it's in March. Trust me, this is the time to really just go within and see if things are making sense. Either way you want to put it. Okay, April, you have the star. So April is going to be a month of just like feeling free, working. There's things that you're healing from, that you're moving past, especially as you face these things. So this is good. This is Aquarius energy, but this is really, some of you guys might find yourself like more in the limelight, a little, what's interesting is that I don't technically see this card as popular typically. However, I have been looking at this as popular because we're in the age of Aquarius now. So more so than the Six of Wands. To me, the Six of Wands could be flattery or fake flattery sometimes. The Star card is more authentic. This is being around people that generally, embrace who we are, that has probably our best interest in heart. Friends, possibly been around friends and associates, or even being around people and align ourselves with people that, and organizations and affiliations that can help us with where we're trying to go, what we're trying to do. This is definitely a theme for you in April. So you don't have it all figured out. Don't necessarily act like you have it all figured out. You have people. It's kind of like whatever it is that you're going and what you want to do, learn about it. Put yourself in those surroundings with those people. All right. And this is something that you want, maybe you hope for, you wish for. So you're really getting told to go towards something that you really, really want to do, or to try something that you really, really want to do, because it possibly can go really, really good, Scorpio. Okay. And that's inside of April. Let's see. What could it be? Clarifier for the star. Something with your finances. Yeah, opportunity with your finances. Okay, some of you guys could meet somebody. The King of Pentacles energy is here, but this is good for stability, finances, and something that you're structuring in, and is, very practical in nature, that, you could see yourself do really, really good. The Wheel of Fortune is there. So something might turn for some of you guys. This could definitely be something that could really go inside of your favor and be really beneficial for you inside of April. May, the Empress is reversed. Yep. So it's not a good time. The best month to be planning for kids. I'm not saying that if you're already having them, you're already having them. But I will say, and this is not necessarily a bad thing, but it could be a source of, where you have to, when we have babies, when we have children, that becomes our priority over everything else. So I'm just saying, if you can wait, then do whatever you need to protect yourself so that this is not an issue. But the Emperor's reverse. Okay, I see this as in the month of May. Some of you guys could be, doing that. Be careful, that self-sabotage thing, where you're feeling like you're not so sure of yourself. You could be doing better. What's going to happen next? I just sent some fear kind of coming off of that card for May with the Empress reverse. Things, there might be some sort of financial situations, or not feeling comfortable. Well, you know what, Scorpio, you might not need to be feeling comfortable right now, because you might have to be challenged, challenge yourself a little bit. The Knight of Swords is reversed. Yeah, you're not comfortable because you feel like you don't have everything. You don't have all the information. There's more to know. You don't have everything that you need to know. There could even be like you having to tell something or disclose something. So yeah, be mindful of that. And be careful of not living in your truth or speaking your own truth. But the Eight of Cups, yeah, you're going to have to leave something behind. In May, you're going to have to leave something behind for sure. Or you're realizing this. Oh, some of you guys might be going off somewhere, but the Eight of Cups, I kind of feel like you're leaving behind this not speaking up for yourself. This, feeling unsure, trying to remain comfortable, trying to remain safe. You could be leaving that behind because you have some new experiences to go towards, especially in the month of June with the Judgment card. You have some big awarenesses. Ooh, that you the Magician. So you're going to have to be, I don't know, some of y'all going to be some supervisors or you're going off on your own. You got the power inside your hands inside of June. What do they need to know? Because I'm trying to figure out how y'all get to the end of the year and then there's some sort of heartbreak or disappointment. Yeah, life changes. That's forcing you guys to come up out of your comfort zone a little bit or a lot. So June, you can see significant changes. Could be kind of busy. Embracing new things and new experiences. Some of you guys are like, it's like you're being pushed to do so. That's June. July, the Five of Pentacles reverse. Okay. So you're coming out of financial hardship, some of you guys, because maybe whatever you do, you got to push out of your comfort zone so that you can see financial development. All right. Because wherever this is taking you, it's taking you to better financial development. Some of you guys, you're working on your debt. You're coming out of debt. Some of you guys, you're deciding that, you're not going down with the ship. I look at that as the Five Pentacles upright when we go down with the ship. Like on the Titanic. No, you're not going to be one of the ones that goes down with the ship. You're not steering the ship. You're not the captain. You ain't trying to be none of that. You're just trying to be the captain over your own life. So you got things to do inside of July. Let's see what else is coming up. Excuse me. Seven of Swords again. The Knight of Cups reverse. Yep. Because watch out for these romantic situations to where you're offering somebody something. They're offering you something that they cannot fulfill. And as a matter of fact, don't hold them to their words. This year, whatever you can do to really think logically, rationally, and just trust yourself, not other people, the better off you're going to be. I'm just telling you, that's July. Don't be trusting people. August, you got the Seven of Wands up front. Yep, you're going to have to ground yourself or set some boundaries and stuff for these people. There's altercations. There's possibly fights. There's misunderstandings. There's people overstepping your boundaries. You got to be able to stand up for what it is that you want, for whatever it is that you stand for. Don't be getting pressured into stuff. You look at that with the Seven of Wands. Five of Wands is a bunch of people. Seven of Wands is that person by themselves. I'm telling you, this is a solo journey for you. It's just a year. It's going to take you to your new beginnings. Yep. See, Ten of Cups, not even family. I'm not saying that they can't help you at all, but Ten of Cups is reversed. Maybe some of y'all want to be single, or some of y'all want to actually get yourself together. Actually get yourself together before you have kids, before you have a family, or whatever this is coming out. This is in August. I'm not seeing you being happy with the way that something happened or played out. Look at this with the Hierophant. Either way, you're going to be good, though. You see what I'm saying? Either way, you're going to be good. Because this is about your stability. This is about your moral compass. This is about the trajectory, something that you have to do, something that you have to fulfill. So, of course, it's not happening overnight. I don't know. Some of y'all going back to school. Some of y'all going to meet somebody else or something different with the Two of Cups. You definitely have support there. Wow. Okay. So even if you do have to move past something and let go of something, here we go with the Two of Cups. So some of y'all might come into some sort of relationship or romantic situation or partnership, new friendships in August. All right, because there goes the Two of Cups right there. September, we have new beginnings in the Page of Swords. Yeah. Because whatever you find out, whatever becomes clear to you about your experience, it's taking you to some new beginnings, okay? So I kind of feel like even though it's a little bit different and you're not, I feel like you're questioning things about life and, you know, you're still kind of uneasy and not completely trusting of where you're headed or what it looks like, but you're doing it. The Ace of Cups comes up new opportunities. Yep. And what is this? Yep, with people and a choice that you have to make again. So you're going to have to make a couple choices. Yeah, look at this. 6 of Cups. So that's past situations. I don't know if you're going to want it. I see the 3 of Swords. So, if you don't choose wisely and you don't honor what you already know and what you already understand and the mistakes you already made in life, you've already had experiences you already had, that's where the disappointment lies. There could be disappointment in the month, because this is December. Hold on. July, August, September, October. In the month of August. No, September. In the month of September. So in the month of September, you can start seeing or sensing some forms of regret about something that you did not act on at the beginning of the year, about something that you've done in the past, whatever. Okay, that comes up for you, or you didn't do, however you want to put it, that comes up for you. Let's not, you know, and it could be some experience that happens that brings this up for you, like some sort of nostalgic type feeling or something like that. But, you know, it's okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay. This is, so that's September. October, the Temperance card. Yep. See, that Temperance card, this is about growth. So whatever you learned, whatever you did, this is showing you forgiveness, grace. It's about having grace and forgiveness for yourself, but it's about having this patience, and then just, this is overall guidance. So some of you guys can be getting counseling, guidance from other people. Your best bet sometimes, and which is, people don't like doing this, but sometimes listening to people, like wisdom, not just anybody, wisdom, people that had these experiences before, could be the best guide in these situations. But in October we have the Temperance card. So a lot of growth over the year, slowing down a little bit. You might be a little bit reflective, because I think that at this point some of y'all might be deciding, I don't know. Like this, you're trying to see if something makes you happy. Is something fulfilling for you? Seven of Cups. So October could be like a little bit of time of like mixed emotions, a little bit of feeling a little bit confusion about how you feel, about what it is that you want, you know, and how far you came. Like I said, there's this, I don't know how some of y'all are going way back in the past. You have to be careful with doing that, because you can go way back in the past, but at the same time, everything that we decided to do, how we decided to do it, what we did, you can't go back and change it, but you can change what you can do. You can change what you can change now. If you choose to get stuck in the past, it's keeping you from operating in the now. So growing pains, I feel. Growing pains inside of October, November, we had the 3 of Pentacles reversed, but the Queen of Wands upright. So there's some Queen of Wands energy. However, this is showing you're going to have like a lot of confidence. You've grown a lot. Look, you're going to see that you're okay. You're okay without these people. This is more of a, you know how they say, and I hate to use this, but I don't know what else to use. All through life, people are like, oh yeah, I need a relationship. You're going to die alone. And if you don't, and You know, I need this, I need that. And then you come to the point where you lose someone through old age, whatever. You come to a point where it's time for you to go to meet your maker. We're going out alone still. And it's like people spend their whole life, you know, knowing this, but not knowing this plays out in our life in significant situations. Like, you realize you're going to be okay. You know what I mean? You realize that some things in life is your journey and is your experience, your life to live, your lessons, however you want to put it. And, you know, nobody else can live it for you. Nobody else can really live it for you. And you realize that, and that's what helps you get to December. But when you get to December, it's something here. The Two of Wands is reversed and the Three of Swords is upright. Why? Because some of you guys, this is great disappointment in December 2026, but I think it's a reflection thing. Because it's bittersweet. It's like if you had to let go of some people, or if you had to embrace this experience and you just didn't know it could have been a struggle for some of you guys. I get it. However, this is showing like a cautionary tale. You know, whatever you decide to, it's important to embrace the unknown, right? Of course. It's important to show up and be present in our life. But I think that what happens when you get to the end of the year, you realize what you thought. It's something that you've seen or you experienced that's not what you thought it was going to be. It just wasn't. It's just not. It couldn't be. It didn't play out that way. Why? Well, let's just see. Because you have your own unique experiences. You have your own unique experience, your own life that you have to live. Ace of Wands. There you go with your new beginning right there. So it's up to you. It's like you finally get to that place. But it's up to you. Either you're going to embrace it earlier on or you're not, you know. Let go and experience it, I guess. Okay, can we get a quote for Scorpio 2026? A lot of Scorpios, especially like older ones, are dealing with disappointment, or people dealing with disappointment around you, because that can happen too. They ain't do what they should have done. Okay, to become more fluid, add wine. To chill, try an ice cube. See, more fluid. Something you just gotta let go at some point. The truth will set you free, but first it will make you mad. I think it's the truth about life, y'all. And you will champion your truth like a mofo and rest on the seventh day. It's about life. You could read all the instruction manuals and whatever. It don't never 100% play out that way. So I think that that's what a lot of y'all are realizing. Especially, I really do feel like a lot of you older ones, for sure. A lot of y'all in y'all's late 20s, 30s. Not that that's older, but I'm just saying. Okay. And it's wild because it's like, well, I could have lived this over here. I could have did that over there. And guess what? You still can. Okay, so thank you, Scorpios. This is the 2026 trajectory of the way that a lot of the energies are playing out for you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel because I will be back. Okay, so hello, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is a video of month-to-month overview of 2026 from January to December. And if you would like to get your own spread that's personal for you, contact me with my email in the description box. I will say this is what I really think that this, or my goal with doing this spread, and I feel like it's coming out the way that I thought that I was using it for, or I wanted to use it for. And really, this to me is showing, because remember, I explained to some of the other signs that 2026, although it's a 1 year, it's a 10 to a 1. 10 to a 1 can be a struggle, tying up loose ends, all of that till we get to our new beginnings. Or it doesn't come without its challenges, all right? So even though whoever gets to their one, whenever you do throughout the year 2026, you earned it, okay? Because you had to have met obstacles and was able to overcome them in some way, shape, or form in order to get to the other side of this, okay? So let's go ahead and let's start with January. January 2026 for you it looks like it could have started off as a disappointing month, something not going your way, maybe some sort of separation, heartbreak, hurt, betrayal, lessons in relationships, but it puts you into a position of power, or you're inside of some personal position of power. I see you using your pain to triumph, to overcome, and get yourself, have things happen in your life the way that you need them to go, the way that you want them to go, taking the power back inside of your hands. Oh, so you know what? That just reminded me of Kai Sanat, to where he did that tweet. I think it was a tweet or some post he did where he said that he will never be in another relationship again. He's Sagittarius, because of his hurt that he experienced in his relationship. And the craziest thing, when you deal with signs, especially like Sagittarius is definitely that sign that would say, you know what, I'm never dealing with another relationship again. It's like, why should I? Why do I need to? What for? And just all people, all signs, it doesn't matter what sign you are, when you're innocent in something and you put your best foot forward and you are betrayed in any type of way, shape, or form, it's that type of experience, those type of experiences could change a person. And what I would say is that whatever you're coming out of, please don't have the mindset of like, okay, well, this is something I never want to experience again. But you can use your pain and misfortune to take matters into your own hands, to overcome, to succeed, right? To put it towards that energy, towards something you do want out of life. What do I see for you because of that? Like, I really do see you take a stance that maybe other people may not altogether like and respect, or either, want to be a part of, or either feel is right or versus wrong, whatever the case may be. However, you taking the stance that you do is about you personally. This is what you're tired of doing things to where you feel like it has to accommodate everybody. It has to be something that, think about Sagittarius and the representation of that. Sagittarius is the popular one amongst the crowd that can say the things, Sagittarius can be emotionally aware and emotional and like sensitive to other people's needs, right? So Sagittarius, even though blunt and truthful, a lot of times can also be someone that's very supportive of other people. When your group rock with you, your group rock with you. You get what I mean? And it's like you woke up one day and you realize that you don't care. You're getting lost in what the group wants and what's best for this person, what's best for that person. What about what you want? What about who you are? Now, be careful because some of you guys are going through great rebellion in order to do this. So it just depends. You got to see where this fits for you. But February, we have, the Emperor. See what I'm saying? There is something maybe that you're shameful of, or you're feeling guilt behind. That's possible in February. Or you can feel embarrassed. Like maybe some of you guys took a loss and it's embarrassing for you. But the Emperor is here. So the Emperor shows that it doesn't matter, because like whatever you lost, you could get it back. Like I said, you're going to take matters into your own hands. This sounding like a lot. And some of y'all got Gemini placements. You can, definitely go look at that. But it's like you taking matters into your own hands, and something that was a loss or something that you could have seen, it seemed like you could have been defeated by. Baby, in February, I see you getting things like, no, you're putting yourself in January, you put yourself in manifestation mode, and you decided to use your pain for what it was. It's like an experience. It's about growth. February, you're putting things in order. I don't know if you're putting a plan together, whatever you're doing, I feel that, and we're going to get a clarifier on that. I feel that your emotions could have gotten the best of you, or you could have, you might wake up and be like, man, because sometimes when we follow our emotions, we get lost sometimes to where we're not present in our life the way that we need to be. I see that happening for you in February. It's like you all of a sudden become very present, very much so in control of your emotions. Yep, Gemini, I told you. I know what I be talking about. This is about people, choices. Look, 9 of Cups. And this is the thing. You realize that you're not happy with the people that you're around. You're not happy in the relationship that you're in. You're not happy with the choices, the typical choices that you make, or that's found you, however the case may be. Look at that. So you got to take the choices. You're not waiting on happiness. You're not waiting on nobody else to bring you no happiness and contentment in life. This is a very good place to be. I said this before. It's a very good place to be. You know why? Because it's that second and that moment when you decide, or when we decide, we don't need, there's nobody that you can find. There's no job that you can have. There is no nothing that is going to be able to bring you contentment in life if that's not something that you can bring yourself. If you can't go spend time at your house or wherever and work on something that you have a hobby about or a passion about, you can't expect no job to bring you that fulfillment. If you can't be okay, like really okay with just saying, you know what, I was hurt, I was betrayed, I did that to somebody else, whatever the case may be, I feel lonely, but that's not something you cannot go and seek out to fulfill that void. And the moment you get that and it clicks and you're just living life, that's when things just start aligning. Things just start coming, because it's the message you're sending to the universe is, I have that already. And that's what the universe has to reciprocate. That's good. March. Wow. Justice and the King of Swords. Very logical energy here. For some of you guys, that's divorce. For some of you guys, that's legalities. You're doing things, in a way, this is contracts, paperwork. Some of y'all are writing. Some of y'all are going back to school. Some of y'all are teaching. You're very rational-headed. You're very level-headed. Some of you guys might be cold or detached, so be mindful of that. But you're trying to set things right and straight in your life. That's lawsuits, court cases and stuff like that. But look at this. Okay. Some of y'all do got some sort of commitment or something. You said you don't want, maybe the person wants to come back, or this could be a new relationship or a new situation, new partnerships. Some of y'all might have choices, but look, this is the stuff coming in for you. See the Hierophant? Things wanting to solidify itself, because let me tell you something. They couldn't break it and they couldn't shake ya. You understand? You found out everything that you needed to find out. You found out everything that you needed to know. Going back to Cashapp just really quick. I'm not saying that this is 100% true, but the parts that I did see true was when his girlfriend was like telling him a list of stuff she wanted for Christmas. And supposedly, well, no, he didn't get it for her. But at the same time, he found out what type of was she down with him or was she not? Because one thing she should have known is that his pockets is deep enough to get it for her. But it's like when you figure out when it's either if a person, people kind of feel like, okay, well, if you're not gonna do what I say, then and you're not gonna be about what I want, then fine, I'll go find somebody else. And if you're that replaceable for a mofo, then you need to let them be on their way. It don't matter how much it hurts, because the hurting part is to realize that you gave somebody. It's like, okay, I feel stupid because it's like I actually gave somebody time that was not even worth my time. It's like, don't even care about me, and I actually care about that person, whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. Gotcha. But at the same time, it did give you a chance to realize or to see that you're standing on something. You understand your value. And if somebody else does it, kick rocks. But like I said, March is a huge month, even February. But maybe February goes from something going from casual or something like that and then to March to committed. But baby, I don't know if this is an old relationship or new, but it's definitely there. All right. April for you, the world is reversed and the Ten of Swords is reversed. So yeah, this is the thing. Like I said, somebody wants forgiveness or just like to work things out. Things start to work out in your life that you can see. It wasn't necessarily, even if it was a lesson for you, it didn't stop you. Okay. And there's more for you to live, because this is what the universe wants you to know. Sagittarius, there's more for you to live, baby. It's more for you to do. It's more for you to experience. Okay. Let's see. A clarifier on that. Hold up. This is for April. I keep seeing, yep, you got to make a decision. Whether you're going to want to go back to the past or no, or nah. How you feeling? I keep seeing the Devil card. Page of Wands. This is little you. So April is a time of decision making. Yep. Look at that. Some of y'all going to choose y'all the stability. There's some sort of committed situation. And like I said, this could be maybe somebody coming back from the past, but you got somebody new now and you're going to have to make a decision. So it's definitely months of decision. And this is the thing. You got to be, I don't know, Sagittarius. You're going to have to, there's stuff about your work and career that's coming up inside of April again. So make sure you're on top of that stuff, on top of things dealing with work and, deadlines and legalities and stuff like that. That's April. May, look at the 6 of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles. Some of y'all making that money. You're hustling. I don't know, some of y'all making enough to pay other people now, or this is the thing. You're making your ends meet. You're making extra money. You're in a good position financially. Possibly you got more than one job or more than one way that you earn income. I will stress that for anybody these days. This is inside of May. Nice. Yes. Working on that security. So you're going right on into something good inside of June with the Knight of Cups. Some of y'all might get proposed to. Some of you guys are in a very good place emotionally. You are being liked. People appreciate you. As a matter of fact, you appreciate life. Like, you appreciate everything that you experience. Look at this, going right on into some new opportunities. Look at that. The Queen of Wands. This is interesting because at the end of the year, you're reversed. So you're in a good place right now. You got some more opportunities, a major opportunity coming your way around about June. That is nice. Okay, love to see it. Love to see it. Let's see what is that about, because I seen the 5 of Pentacles, but it didn't come out. You don't necessarily want it to come out neither. The Empress, the Star. Okay, some of y'all might be pretty big. You might be pretty big. You might be a star. You might be known. You got some special situations coming up. I don't know, some of y'all, there's some pregnancy here, but there's some special situations around money and just comfort and beauty. You might be eating a lot, eating good, so watch out for that if you want to watch your weight. All right, that's June. July, the Chariot in alignment once again. The Chariot, Cancer is also, in July as well, Cancer season. So it's something significant about Cancer season. You're going to be seeing things go pretty good, be pretty smooth. Emotionally, you're in alignment. Emotionally, you're in place. You're seeking out stuff about your security. All right, let's see. What else? Sagittarius in July. Yep, that money. Money and money opportunities for what? Okay, the Ace of Wands. Okay, around success, something that becomes successful. You're feeling like you're in a better place than where you started off at the year. Okay, things are starting to make a little bit more sense. The Devil card, that Devil card just wants to keep coming out, but it doesn't. So I'm just going to leave it where it's at. See, I keep seeing it. Okay, so that's July. August, Seven of Pentacles is reversed. So there's something that I feel like you might not have as much patience in the month of August, especially if things feel like it's slowing down or it's not going how you want. It's not going fast enough. So be mindful of that. But then there's nothing, you're not waiting around in August either. So the Seven of Pentacles reversed, let's just see what that is about. August. Okay, the Queen of Cups was reversed. Could be something with a mother figure. Five of Wands is upright. What is that about? This is in August. August might be a temperamental month. August could be that month that there's definitely, there's altercations, but there's like things going against what you're trying to do. You get what I'm saying? Conflict of interest. It could be like one of the tougher months. The Six of Cups is coming. The past is coming back, but you still feel good. You still feel good about where you are in the developments of where you are, and you're feeling proud of yourself. You're feeling like, things could be possibly, it's getting better and it's making sense for you now. So August actually turns out to be an okay month, a pretty good month. Let's see, August, September, the Empress. Okay, so look, this month, you're focused on your beauty. You're focused on your looks. You're focused on, the way what makes you feel secure, what makes you feel comfortable. Some of you guys, this could be expecting a baby or something around about this time, but you're feeling good. You're in a good space. For September, you're in a good space. You're feeling comfortable. Things are looking up for you. The Sun, whoop, that didn't come out to work. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you might not be happy or complacent about something at work, or you might be putting work over family and, for emotional fulfillment. So be mindful of that. Okay, that's good. Then we have October, the Hierophant. Woo, you looking pretty stable, Taurus energy, but this is just about you, where you came from. You have stood your ground. You have solidified a lot. You can see the growth that you wanted to see. So lots of growth by the end of the year. The Hierophant, what else is coming on? What does this want to come out for? Capricorn energy, work, something that you're committed to, something a relationship. This is like pleasure and work and pleasure or something like that. Be mindful of having, keep your moralities about you. Keep your moralities about you. Because there's some tempting energy out here, okay? You're feeling good. You're in a great place. Okay? Because it could be, the moralities could put you back some. Because this is November and this is the Queen of Wands reverse. This could be you, but there's Aries, there's Sagittarius, Aries and Leo. That's this energy as well. So November could be kind of trying. Like you could be feeling tired, a little bit tired. And what else? Why is that reversed? Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Could be going through some changes too. Why is Queen of Wands reversed? The Sun, yep, having too much fun. December. So you got the Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Fool reversed, but the Knight of Wands upright. Yeah, this is like pretty busy energy. I don't see it's not any new major opportunities at the end of the year, but you're busy doing what you do, living life, having your experiences. You're feeling good. You don't really want to be tied down with extra burdens and extra stuff like that. And you're not taking, it's like, I don't know, something coming around, opportunities coming around, offers coming around, but it's like you don't want to take it from those people because, especially if they turn their back on you. Okay? All right, what else do we have for Sagittarius to end this out? The Ten of Pentacles is reversed. Okay, so please watch out for things that you're investing in your financial situations by the end of the year. But I kind of feel like there's something major that you really let go of. This is what you've been doing the whole year leading up to this, when you just let go of the whole group think, holding it all together. Nah. There might be something that you really just completely walk away from. Okay, can we please get a quote for the year for Sagittarius? 2026. Talk to the hands, because I'm done listening. Yep, you don't want to hear that mess. You're not trying to hear nothing from nobody that ain't adding up, don't make sense, it don't benefit your life. The power of serenity is now. Pencil it into your schedule. Decide your vibe. It attracts your tribe. See? You're not worried about getting the people that's not on board with what you got going on and could care. It's like you don't care. All right. Thank you, Sagittarius. Remember to contact me. Please find my email in the description box and just email me, and then I'll get back in touch with you. Thank you. Peace. Okay, so hello, Capricorn. This is your yearly cap of all 12 months and different things that's going on for the overall energy for those months. Like if you want something more independent and more individual for yourself, what's going on with you that's tailored to you, contact me with my email, using my email in the description box. I want to start by saying, so your spread, okay, outside of Virgo, is one of the better ones, I must say, okay? So make sure yours is pretty darn good. Yours is pretty darn good. And I only have Aquarius and Pisces to go, okay? So with you being a Capricorn, let's see what we have, all right? So for January, you have the Star card, you have the Seven of Swords, and the World. Okay, so I kind of feel like you get some type of handle on like a lot of unpredictability or unpredictability that's going on inside your life or going on inside your circumstances. You're just really focusing in on specific stuff in your life that's preventing you from being free, that's preventing you from, moving past old, stale, stagnant energy. And that's a really, really good look with the World. The World is represented by you because it's represented by your ruler, Saturn. So, you know what? I kind of feel like with a lot of Capricorns, even though, Saturn's taken on a different role lately. I mean, it still does its karmic duties, but Saturn now is all about saying, okay, so do you get what I'm trying to show you? Do you get what you need to change? The quicker you can get it, the faster you can change it, the quicker you can see results happen and change for your life. That's what's happening for you. Okay, yeah, you could definitely be dealing with Aquarius energy, but this is another thing too. This might require you, I don't know, you got to be January. A couple people need to be mindful of this month. Don't be letting people trick you into situations. It could be things that you see or you're experiencing that you're around that you don't need to all the way believe. This could be anything from somebody telling you, hey, here's a quick get rich quick scheme or scam. Or from anything from that to somebody telling you something like, or you believing self-doubt, like you believing that you can't make it somewhere, you can't do something. So January is definitely, I feel like there's freedom there. Like I think you want freedom in money or freedom in finances and freedom in lifestyle. But at the same time, you understand that there's great responsibility that comes with that freedom as well. So that's January for you. January, you're pinpointing, getting on top of things. Like this is just you living your life. Anything that's stagnant, anything, you're moving past it. You don't want to have anything to do with it. February, we got the Hierophant, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Empress. And let me tell you something, you don't mind waiting. Like, you're really looking at everything. Well, you know, this energy serves you right because, you know, as you being Capricorn energy, you understand this all more. You are the Hierophant. This is the thing. You want things in place for you in your life. Like, this is you're learning from other people. You're setting things up. You know, yeah, maybe you've been a little headstrong about it, but at the same time, you want to reap something out of life, like out of what it is that you're doing. You're not just doing it for nothing. And so you're taking the best practical path to get there. But you know what the funny thing about it is, for a lot of you guys, even if you're not doing the most practical thing, you're some kind of way in the world, in the universe right now, you guys are some of the ones that you could do something that sounds a little outlandish and actually make it work. You know, the Empress, look, you're looking good, you're feeling good, you're feeling comfortable, you're getting comfortable because you're feeling comfortable because it's like you're more sure of yourself and where you're going and what you're becoming and what it is that you need to do. It's like you did trial and error. Okay, so February is looking pretty good for you, looking good for you financially. It is looking good for you, what you're trying to develop. You're a lot more stable than other people. You're a lot more, you know, you're looking naturally beautiful. You're glowing. For some of you guys that might be trying to have babies or become a parent or something like that, that's definitely possible in February. So be mindful if you don't. In March, you have 9 of Wands. So March, you're being a little bit cautious. You are, you know, you got to be a little bit stingy with your time because you really do understand the art of energy. And when you put out your energy to aimless places or people that have you all over the place, or when you're indecisive and stuff like that, it is in conflict with what it is that you're trying to bring in, what you're trying to manifest, the life that you want. Trust me, it's like, I know it's conflict of interest could have you saying, okay, well, I want one thing, but then you're doing another or you're believing another. And then it just conflicts the manifestation, right? Okay, so why do you have, that's for March, the 9 of Wands. Can we get more clarifiers for that is? You're standing strong. You got some type of comeback in March. But let's see what that's about. 3 of Cups, 4 Swords. Oh, so you're guarding yourself against people. What is that about? Because you're coming out of separation with people and maybe there was some type of separation or silence or something. You're not trying to move forward on it, or you're cautious about it because you don't know if you can move forward and be on the same page with these people or what's happening. So basically you're keeping yourself and you're preserving yourself and your time and your energy, and you know, you're not necessarily just trusting a whole bunch of other people or just open to other people and or reconciling with people and bringing people back from the past, even though they could be coming back. That's interesting. I mean, I kind of feel like it's okay. It's okay for you to be open to people. Just know where they stand inside of your life. They might be coming around because some of y'all might be doing pretty good. So we got, that's March, April. We got Ace of Pentacles reversed, but the 9 of Pentacles upright. I kind of feel like, but there's not any significant opportunities coming through necessary for April. Or new opportunities coming through, this is right into spring. However, I think that you have everything that you need. It's with you. Like you know, your experience, the things that you have worked at already, what you have accomplished, what you're going to accomplish. You're standing here with the 9 of Pentacles. So you don't really need anybody else. That's the thing. You don't need anybody else necessarily. And you don't need to have to run after different opportunities here and there. You know, you're going to have opportunities coming towards you. But this is saying for you not to, you don't have to, you know, take every opportunity on. Because that's in April. You're going to be doing good. Because that's like job offers and everything. Yet, Wheel of Fortune, maybe you might want to put your time into something that you're studying. It's something that you're advanced in, or you have some sort of skill in, or there's something that you are seasoned in. Some of y'all might want to remain single or something. I don't know. But look at what that says. Look, the Wheel of Fortune. So I don't think you're not about to settle. Okay, that's a Virgo energy too. That's for April. So it's not the time to settle. May, here we go with the Chariot. Okay, Capricorn. All right, feeling good. You're inside of your zone. Things around security, home, family is in place, going good. Wow. Okay. What is this about? The Tower is reversed with the High Priestess up front. Yeah, because you know that security comes within. That's what you have to remember. Security is already there with you. It comes from within. There's nothing that anybody can do until you just get taken off of this and taken off of this earth. Like, as long as you got a breath in your body, you can make it do what it do. Okay, so May is, because I think that's May, January, February, March, April. Yeah, May is looking like a time of, even if you're celebrating something, you're doing it like quietly. Like it's just like a quiet celebration, because you're just like, wow, look at, things are actually going good. All right. That's May. June, the Temperance card. So you slow down a little bit in June. You have a lot of growth that you've made. You are passionate about life. You are, it's not all about just money and everything. It's about your overall fulfillment in life. That looks like it's going pretty good inside the month of June. Well, I'm happy, because some people, and you can look at this for your rising sign too, if you want. Okay, what is this? Yep, you're not settling. Oh boy. Oh, but y'all have always been a little bit snobbish, if you ask me. What is that? Yeah. Yes, possibly coming out of financial hardship. Look at this. The 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups. Yes, okay. Yep. June, the sky's the limit. All right, what's going on with July? We had the 8 of Swords, feeling a little blocked in. So don't block yourself off too much, okay? Because July could come with that overthinking, with, restrictions. Okay, let's just see on what. Every year, you're going to have your tough months. Okay, on things ending. Maybe there's something that you wanted to end, or you thought that you would have done or finished or out of the way, but you don't. That's fine. You're learning. Yep, you're learning. Okay, 2 of Pentacles reversed. Don't be having maybe too much on your plate. So you got to be careful of that. All right, the World is reversed. So something is not ended yet that you wanted to end, but it could have something to do around a child. But you just becoming clear, getting more information, getting more insight, proper communication, speaking up, making things known, being as rational as possible. Oh boy, it's not bad still. That's July. August, strength. Okay, so August, you got to watch your health. You have to have a little bit more courage, or exert a little bit more strength, overall, because maybe August is not that easy. Could be a little bit more of a tough month, but it's not bad. You got to be able to follow your heart in August. Any clarifier? What is that? Yep, look at that. 2 of Wands reversed. Yep, it's going to take a little bit more strength to get things done, handle responsibilities in August. September, the Lovers. Okay, so this is Gemini energy, but this is also dealing with other people that's coming into play. Okay, so maybe you're making new friends or acquaintances, or you're meeting somebody that you might become interested in. What is that about? 7 of Cups reversed. Making a choice. I don't know. Some of y'all might stay guarded. I see the King of Cups though. Yep, King of Cups right there. That's been coming out. And when I see that, I see like you're coming across people that, or somebody that's emotionally available. You are. Could be some sort of love situation, romantic situation, partnership, relationship that is also coming about. I think that you're kind of hesitant about it because you don't want nobody getting in the way of nothing that you're doing, but don't be too blocked off. Okay, October, Queen of Swords is reversed. This is the air sign energy reversed. So October may bring, it's a month of where you're not clear, or you're not thinking straight possibly, or things might be coming around. I think this could be a retrograde month, Mercury retrograde month or something like that. So, yep, you don't have all the insights. You don't have all the information. So go easy and kind of have a little bit of patience in October. What else? before you just go and be sporadic and act. The Hierophant. Something around your stability, something around making money and the next moves that you're going to make, because you're going to make some moves, some financial moves and investments for November. Look at you with the devil reverse. That's you, though. You're a little bit discombobulated, or maybe you're not. There's a lot of stuff that you're not holding on to. So, yeah, I think you're getting it. I think you're freaking getting it, okay? This is not about fun. This is about your money, okay, and your stability and what you're building. So November, you look pretty good financially. I think you're getting it. You're letting stuff go. The more you hold on to stuff, you're realizing that it might be something that you don't even need to hold on. Wow, wow, wow. Let me tell you, I told you Saturn has done a switcheroo. Saturn is saying to the people, to the folk, okay, if you can get the lesson, if you can understand the challenges and face them, if you can understand the lessons, hey, I'll release you. I'll release the karma. That is fantastic. December 2026, you in and out with the bang. The sun, this could be Leo energy, but the sun, happy, positive end for 2026. Y'all read is darn good. Because this could be for Scorpio sun. This could be for, Capricorn sun, Capricorn rising. Even your moon if you want. Look at that. Baby, you ain't holding back nothing. Okay, don't be out there spending too much money now. You're overcoming fears. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. And the Knight of Wands. Look at you. You going towards your happiness. Wow. Okay. Y'all's has the best one. I thought Virgo's did, but Virgo switched at the end. Capricorn has the best one of all everybody that I read so far. We're gonna see what Aquarius do. Okay, let's get a quote. Then y'all year is about to be superb. I'm gonna see what that's about when I look at the transits though. So this says the power of serenity is now. Pencil it into your schedule. It says decide your vibe and it attracts your tribe. I want to go for this because I got Capricorn on my rising too. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, that's good. Okay, so remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel because I will be back. I definitely got to add your sign into the ones that I read or on a regular, because I would like to follow y'all throughout 2026. Okay. All right. Okay. So Aquarius, we are back. And so far it's been these signs and how things are playing out. It's been very interesting. This is really the whole cap of January 2026 and to December 2026 to see what we're dealing with overall, right? I will be following these transits on my Butterfly to Light main channel and seeing how it's playing out, like what is going on astrologically of why this is playing out. And then I will be, this tarot channel has really been focused on one sign, the sign of Gemini, but I am going to try to incorporate more signs this year. All right. But let's get started. Like if you want to contact me personal for something that's more personal for you, with this same spread and details, then contact me. Finding my email address in the description box. But let's just begin, shall we? So we had the month of January with the Page of Wands. Okay, it's reversed. So for some of you guys, you're not feeling too sure of yourself when the year starts off. Why? Not feeling too sure of yourself about what? Something that you feel like you know that you need to do, Aquarius. For January 2026, you got to take the power back. You got to take the power in your own hands with what you know, what you've been communicated to, what you learned about, clearing the air, getting the confusion out of your way, seeing the truth. January 2026, February 2026. Yeah, things come to a halt. I don't know. Some of you guys can feel like you need to end something. You may, something the way that it's going can't keep going that way. Now, if this is something outside of yourself, This is something that you have to speak out about. Baby, you can't help everybody. You can't save them all. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. So February, we're coming to, an end of something. Of what? February is a month of endings. Ain't that your birthday month? Seven of Pentacles is about money. It's something that you invested your time into, something that you're waiting for. Because maybe it's not about you waiting for it, Aquarius. Hold up, but let's see. Or maybe you need to. Something's coming to an end, but let's see. Queen of Cups is reversed. Something might need to end with a Queen of Cups. Maybe their dependency on you. Oh my goodness. The Ace of Swords. This is saying you know what you need to do. Clarity. Huge clarity in the month of February. Something has to end. Whether you decide to turn things around, that's on you. All right, March. We have the Three of Cups is reversed. See? I don't know if this is everybody's not your friends. Maybe there's a situation that you don't reconcile, that you thought that you would or that you wanted to. But Three of Cups, there could be too many people in the pot. It just depends on what it is that you want to do, Aquarius, because March is showing you to where some relationships that you're maintaining, you might just have to let them go. March is a month of let go. So far, January is too. Hold up. What is this Three of Cups reverse? Oh, I'm just throwing the cards. King of Swords. King of Swords energy is reversed. You might lack clarity or understanding or go against your better judgment with a Leo, but this is about your health, because whatever it is undermining your health, and your courage and your confidence is on the line, and you got to find the confidence to do this, Aquarius. You're going to need confidence. You're going to need courage. You're going to need your health back together. Come March, that's what that month is asking for. April, the Hangman, or you're not going to see yourself going too far in April. Hangman, realizations. You got warnings throughout this year. Five of Wands, fights are coming, arguments, disagreements, struggle, or like things going against you in a home family situation, not feeling happy and content with where you're at for the month of April. I'm just telling you. But we're gonna see where this lands. So April is seeming like you're not where you really want to be at. So Aquarius, you have to decide at the beginning of the year. Look at this. The Magician. On what you're going to do. And I know it because the beginning of the year is right around. It's right here. Because the way that you start the beginning of 2026 is pretty much how this is going to go. Based off of what you decide to do. May. The Chariot is reversed, but the Hierophant's upright. Situations around your cars, stability, or your emotional state of being. So you know what? You gotta be careful with wearing your emotions on your sleeves and just going with that. You know, the Hierophant is talking about being a little bit more practical in approach, even in love, even with things that you're building. You want to solidify, having a moral compass, even. Okay, quit with all this rebellious stuff for right now. Because I'm going to be the first to tell you that I know that y'all sometimes you're just rebellious just for rebellious sake. Tearing stuff down. In the month of May, this is about what you want to prioritize. What do you want to fix? What do you want to build? What do you want to grow? Not even build, but what do you want to grow? What do you want to take your time and put your effort into? Right? We're not following thrills right now because what is it? It's not providing you with emotional security that you need. Oh, the Chariot upright. See? But this is what's going to get you that. See what I'm saying? One decision changes everything around. Security, emotional balance, clarity to go forward. Because maybe it's something that you need to take responsibility over, or you need to be, or you need to solidify, or you need to do to go to advance the next steps of your life, but you could be scared to do it. You could be holding back from doing it. But you want the security that it offers. You see what I'm saying? That's in May. Seeking security, finding security. Some of y'all might get that car replacement, or either, there's something that's more secure about your life and your life decisions. June, you got to make a decision. Another important decision for June. There goes the King of Cups. That's been coming out for everybody. So you're with somebody, or you meet somebody that's emotionally open, right? Some sort of romantic relationship or situation that is secure, emotionally secure, and maybe some sort of commitment or something that's coming up inside of June. Yeah. Ace of Wands, reverse. But you gotta make the decision of, is this what you want? It's like, do you want the easy access, moving from one thing to the next, these new opportunities that you keep trying out, but it's not going anywhere? Or do you want to be committed? Do you want to be solid within yourself and your emotional state of being? Then you have to open up emotionally. You have to be that in which you are seeking. You cannot get and gain from someone else what you're not willing to have already established within yourself. That's the security right there. Man. July, justice. Okay, some of you guys, it might be up for divorce, but things being made right, things being made fair. Thinking logically about what? About your next moves in life. Because this is, July. Yeah, financial situation. Ace of Pentacles. The Emperor. This is all coming out. The Emperor is reversed. That's Mars Aries energy, but it was reversed. Because maybe some plan, the way that you have it, or the way that you think it's going to go, you got to lift up that control off of it a little bit. However, look at this. So new opportunities in money, security, finance. Your finances should pick up and do better in the month of July. Some of you guys got new job offer or money, something inside of business. Nice. That's July. In August, you have the Hermit. Being single, maybe taking some time to yourself, learning. It's like, what is it that you're learning? You're a teacher. You're something that, that people look towards, or provide some sort of insight to somebody. Coaching, anything of that sort could fall under the Hermit. But this could be where you find yourself taking time and you're maturing, because you know that the lifestyle that you want and what you're trying to accumulate is going to cause for you to be a little bit more serious, and you're going to have to mature. August. Mature for what? Hold up. In relationships and partnerships and choices that you're making. September, the Queen of Wands is reversed and the Knight of Wands is reversed. September could be a little bit trying on your confidence, or whoever you're dealing with. Maybe they're going through, struggles and stops and starts in their life. And maybe you decide that this is not the type of energy that you want inside your life. Okay, but there's some sort of distance there inside of September, right? So it's okay, because we have some months that are not as good as others. I know some of y'all don't want to feel trapped. I get that. Temperance. So you're going to have to have a little bit of grace upon yourself and your situations, and patience. in the month of September. Yep. You're going to have to find the faith, have the faith in the foresight to keep going. So you're going to have to be able to see the bigger picture, and you're going to have faith even if you're not seeing the results that you want to see, or if something happens, like if something goes wrong or it's not going the way that you want, or even if this is something that's happening to like a significant other or something. My nose is itching. Okay, so this is October. October, you have the Lovers reverse, the Eight of Wands reverse, and the Four of Swords upright. October is a month of like more of a solitary month. You know, this is when you have to take time to spend to yourself, even if you feel like people are distancing themselves or things aren't moving forward in relationships like you want, or people might have other stuff that they have going on, or you simply may not have the time for them. And you got to tell them, like, I'm sorry, but I have got to do this for myself. You got to get well. You got to get rest. You got to take care of yourself. That's a huge focus for October. Huge focus for October. Yep. Boundaries. November, you have a major opportunity coming in. Financial opportunity coming in. What is this about? November. Look at that. Yep. You start to see your finances straighten out. Things that you've been working on. Maybe you've been working on cleaning up your debt. Things that you owe. Maybe you were actually seeing some sort of return out of some money that you invested in, or something that you've been saving up. Okay. So you might purchase something too. Or you could just save it. In December, you have the Judgment reverse and the Knight of Swords reverse. What are you not seeing in December? So there's something that you might be choosing to ignore in December. What is that? Anything that's preventing you from, that's stopping you? Yep. Lustful situations, people you shouldn't be reconciling with, things you have to let go of. Yeah. The Judgment is reversed, but the Fool, I don't know if that was reversed or upright, but look. We're not being sporadic towards the end of the year. Yep, we're not being all over the place. And you're going to be good. I don't know if something comes back from the past, or either you finally get yourself to a place to where you're able to, or no, you're connecting with somebody. I'm not saying that you don't throughout the year, but you have, at the end of December 2026, you have emotional fulfillment too. And you're ending the year like that. Okay? Because that's what you want. Closeness. You want something that is emotionally fulfilling. Some of y'all might get proposed to, get married, propose to somebody else. But you're in a good place in December 2026. Okay, so let's get this, a quote to take Aquarius to the year 2026. Inner peace is my B. Acceptance, better watch out. I'm coming for it next. Let's get another one for y'all. Peace, love, and yoga pants. Oh, and fuzzy slippers. Yeah, keep grace. Have that grace for yourself. And just, it's no need to overturn anything or feel like you're trapped. You have to look at what it is that you want. And that is something that you have to determine at the beginning of the year. If you determine it later, fine. You're going to be good. But just let's do it. You got to make those decisions. All right. Thank you, Aquarius. Till next time. Okay. So hello, Pisces. I'm back for your 2026 cap of what's playing out energetically for each month, January to December 2026. If you would like your own personal one of these spreads for the year, then contact me. My email is in the description box below. Without further ado, let's get in to see what's going on, because you do finish the year rather strong, regardless of what happens, all right? So let's start off with the month of January for you. We had the Chariot reverse, but the Magician upright. Okay, so January 2026 could be starting off to where maybe emotionally you really don't know where you want to be or how things are going and how things are going to play out. Like you don't really have that emotional security or sureness of yourself. However, wherever you feel those insecurities at, because this could just be dealing with insecurities overall, the Magician is like you're pulling on some sort of strength and the power that you have, your inner power, to say, you know what, screw that. I'm about to come back. I'm about to, do my vengeance, says the Lord. This is you gaining or having some sort of significant power to overcome that insecurity and face what you need to face and make what you need to make happen or want to make happen. Okay, with the Magician there, could we please get some clarity for January? So January could definitely be a powerful month for you guys starting off the year. The Five of Pentacles. Okay, so there might be some sort of sacrifices that you had to make, or this could be what's in the way because you keep making sacrifices for other people, and because of this could be getting in the way or interfering with, plain and simple, some of you guys could feel like you either could have been told this, or you could literally feel that, okay, without the help of this person or that person, or with these situations that you're going through, you don't know if you're able to do something on your own, or you don't know if you're able to start it. It's like some sort of fear that's coming up, but you can. It could be something that you might have to start out or go at it alone in the month of January. But the power is yours. February, the King of Cups is reversed, but the Devil is upright. Yeah, so fear. More fear coming up in February. This is the first time out of all the signs. Like for a few, the King of Cups did not come up, but for the rest of them, it did, and it came up upright. So someone is emotionally unavailable. This could definitely be you. This could be a situation or relationship that you are involved in. Okay? It's fun. It's lustful. But it's karmic. Possibly. Work cycles. It's like, are you following? Are you involving yourself in situations that actually is fruitful for you, what you need, fulfilling, or is it just based in fear? It's what you cling to, is what you associate yourself with, is what you go to in order to, it doesn't really do anything much past the basic functionings, but you feel safe there because it's like this is a promising thing. You really got to ask yourself the question of that, because February 2026 is bringing that up for you. The Three of Cups. But it could be blocking you from expansion and experiencing the type of relationships that you really want to experience. Some of y'all might want to be free altogether, but you're not doing that. Or there's other people involved in the situation anyway. But the Three of Cups is definitely about freeing yourself in different ways, not necessarily just romantically, but really doing and going towards what fulfills you in life. Okay, so we gotta get that's January and February. We're clearing that up. March, here you go with the new beginnings. So this is really good. Ace of Cups. I don't know if some of you guys are wanting to have give birth or get pregnant. Here's a good time, but here's the March is a time for new beginnings for you. Emotional fulfillment all together. Yeah, now there you go. I was like, that's not fair, because the King of Cups has came out upright not every time, but when it did, it was upright. Okay, emotional fulfillment, emotional openness. You ever heard that saying, it takes money to make money? Okay, well, what it is that you want to receive, you want intimacy, you want commitment, you want that openness, then you got to be that. Okay, we cannot lead with fear And March is going to show you that. March is really, really good for the new start that you really want. Yours may definitely happen in March. Okay, it can happen before that, but March is a very good time for that. Nice. April, choices to make. Lovers. Okay, so you definitely got choices of suitors. This is definitely Gemini energy, but it's still coming together, right? So you might see your relationships and situations take a turn for the better. Got to make a decision. The Four of Wands. Wow. Okay, nice for April. We got security. We got success with something that you wanted to start, or you started off afraid of or fearing. May, we have some disappointment possibly. I don't know. I just kind of feel like with the disappointment, this is just you facing your fears. Sometimes when we face our fears, it can look bad. It can look scary, right? But you have to understand that the lessons that you've already experienced, that's there to take you through. So, yep, some sort of situation and maybe love relationship or something like that, you learn some sort of major lesson behind, right? Okay? Because listen, you already got success. You already got new partnerships and relationships coming in, right? But maybe even to embrace that, you got to let something else go, like somebody else gets hurt in a situation. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it is. Yeah, because wherever this is trying to go in June, wherever something is that June or May, in May, wherever something is you're trying to go or you're trying to take something, it's not going there. You know what I mean? Like everybody can't go with you. This person can't go with you. So there's some sort of disappointment and life lesson. And they're, inside of May about what? Oh, something that doesn't work out or something dealing with work. Maybe you have to let one thing go for another. Somebody might not want to let you go. June, we got the World in the Nine of Pentacles. Good, nice endings, but you're still good. Look at you. The money is good. You might have to let go. You might have to sacrifice, but the money is good. You're good. You're looking beautiful. Some kind of way you become healthier. Some kind of way you're more vibrant. Some kind of way your endings and what you had to let go of did not finish you. It only makes you better. It only makes you stronger. You're still going to be good. So that's June. July. Okay. July, we're not wishing on a star. We're not stuck in nostalgia and emotions because this is a Six of Cups reverse. It's almost like you got to be willing to just let go. Okay. You're facing your fears. Yep. This is an independent thing in a way. Look at this, Four of Pentacles. So look, be careful with spending your money or spending your valuables or investing in stuff or letting people use you as well. July. Let's see. A whole stack of cards. Yep. Toxic situations, Queen of Pentacles, a Fool. July, you got a lot coming up. Look at this. New beginnings here too. Look, happiness. We got that same situation here with the Devil card. And you got to be careful with dealing with people around your stability and finances, right? But look at this. You got work and pleasure, the Fool. So there's something that you have let go of and you tried, and it's going to work in your favor. See what I'm saying? That's in the month of July. Is that July? Yeah, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yep. You got a packed month in July. Where you got some fun, but just making sure you're being careful. So that's July, August. Yep. So August, just be careful. You might see some things come back around for you to take care of that you need to handle. All right. So in August is not the best traveling month. Like, I don't think traveling is going to go smooth, but let's see what happens if you choose August to travel in. So August is saying like making sure you're taking care of you. Yep. And you're protecting yourself. Look at this. Two of Cups. It's reverse. I'm about to show you. See with the boundaries here with the 9 of Wands. So protect yourself emotionally. Look at this. 2 of Cups. Don't let that energy, don't let that energy come in. I'm not saying don't be open romantically. I'm not saying to other people or none of that. But what I am saying is don't be letting that energy come in like it's sweeping you off your feet and you get really drawn into that in the month of August. No, we're going to, because remember what I told you, even in July, we're not doing that over romanticized nostalgia stuff. Nope, no. You're doing good. You need to keep your boundaries up inside of the month of August. You're open to living life. I'm not saying that you're not giving people opportunities, but not when it comes. The boundaries have to come up when it comes to your overall well-being, how you've progressed and all of that. You got to be able to let the past go. You got to be able to let things just be what they are without sacrificing yourself in these situations. August, September, see, look, because here comes your money and your finances. You get some sort of return off of something that you worked on or that you're doing. There you go. You're staying focused. This is something that's fulfilling. Okay, we're not giving up on yourself. This is good financially. You're going to see yourself develop or things develop practically for yourself. Yep. Page of Swords, possibly for your kids. You're getting to know people if you need to. What is that? Ace of Pentacles is reversed. We're not falling for just any and every opportunity here. And the High Priestess, that's you. In September, it's about you. You know what I mean? Like what you can give for yourself, what you could provide for yourself. I'm not saying that other people can't give into what you're doing, but just understand that what I'm saying is what you can give for yourself. People coming and they making these promises to you that they cannot keep. That's a caution. That's a word of caution. October, see, here you go. This is the real opportunities come in October. Because it's going to spring off of the back of what you're already doing, what you've already created for yourself. Other people come in, you're going to be able to tell they have something to bring. It's going to be visible. It's going to be practical. You're going to be able to see it. It ain't no broken promises. It ain't no promising you nothing. In October, major opportunity coming up. That's what I like about that. You're going to be some insights, new developments. What is that? The Death card, bringing major changes. Major changes in October for you. Through some sort of opportunity, some sort of financial opportunity or offer. November, Knight of Swords is reversed. Because there's more stuff that you find out. You don't know everything. You don't have all the information yet, right? So this could be something new that you're starting or something new in business or work development that you're going to have to learn about as you go along. Yep. 8 of Wands, but it's going to be movement there. You don't know. You're going to see some very big increase or movement that's coming. Just don't be fixated and stubborn in the way that you think that it has to go. In November and December, you're back in control again. The Emperor. Yep. Some sort of plan of yours is effective. It's working. You are strong. You are coming out. You're good. You're okay. The Emperor. That could be Aries energy. Dang. The Emperor came out reversed too. It's up to you. Yep. Yeah, look, depends on where you put your energy and your time. Like I told you, you can come out recognition, celebrations. This is good. Some sort of recognition. So there's some sort of there's some sort of accolades here and advancement and popularity with what it is that you're doing. Okay, show me Pisces. A quote for Pisces for the year. I think it's this one. 2. Take off the S-colored glasses. See what I'm saying? Find your new normal. Come on, chill the F out and breathe the F in. Okay, Pisces. So this is your yearly cap of 2026. Stay tuned, because I think that on this channel, I'm going to be doing more signs. I just don't know which ones yet. There's some interesting ones that I definitely want to follow, but it's just up to the views. Okay. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel, show me that you want to see this, and then I will be back.